thought we'd be smarter. I got nothing left to lose. You said you fall with me, no matter how far it goes. Down deep and under, we're stuck in this pattern, but I need you close. All I ever wanted was for you to prove me wrong. You're changing our colors again and again. I could never let you go. Something about you feels so different, makes me wanna risk it. Every time I look at you, you pull me back into your river. Swim a little deeper, I don't need to breathe with my head underwater. Not sure I really care. We're all of our demons, and they never disappear. I will forgive you if you've forgiven me. We're stuck in this pattern, but I need you close. All I ever wanted was for you to prove me wrong. You're changing our colors again and again. I could never let you go. Something about you feels so different, makes me wanna risk it. Every time I look at you, you pull me back into your river. Swim a little deeper, I don't need to breathe with my head underwater.
It's easy to speak out about the way I live, but it's a 24-karat dream. No supermodel in my dirty jeans, but in my 24 inches heels. I'm not pretending I'm born like this, a game for the reckless. It's so extreme and I don't really care. I don't really care, yeah. No, I don't really care. I don't really care, yeah. They're calling me a mad woman, mad woman, mad woman. Calling me a mad woman, mad woman. No, I don't really care. I don't really care, yeah. 'Cause boy, it's none of your business if I'm a mad woman. name's Roy. It's such a funny way to tell me what you search in life. Well, I'm a mad woman, sorry I don't compromise. Mad woman, keep calling me a mad woman. Boy, you tell me your business if I'm a mad woman.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Hello, how are we doing? You doing good? Okay, sorry guys, I'm like distracted. Alright, we're streaming early today, more so than I wanted to. Also, no wonder it's so flippin' hot in my room. It's, the fan's not on, hold on. Why am I sweating? Fan isn't on. Like, my window's open, granted, but still. Oh my god. Oh. How's everyone's day going? Doing good here? Hi Sword, I'm glad you guys are doing well. Sorry, everything's a little scrambled right now. I have to hurry up and do things. I wouldn't be streaming this early, but I got a lore thing I need to solve. So we're gonna be streaming a little bit early today, and you'll see why in a second. Yeah. Okay. Alright.
I'm sick of lying here all alone and nearly sleepless at night. I'm honest, it's boring. 1,000,000 demons surrounding me, picking up fights.
Oh my god, why is my phone so low? Brother. Why are you so low? I don't need you to be low right now. Sorry, this is gonna take a minute to start everything up, guys. We're gonna just be chatting for a little bit while I read through some things and get things situated. Which, okay. Sorry guys, I'm like scrambling to do things. I'm getting messaged and I'm trying to set up a stream. I'm like, ah! Hi Beth! Oh my god, I haven't seen you here in so long. Hello Beth, how are you doing, sweetheart? Oh my god. I'm so sorry this is the content you're getting right now. I am like scrambling and trying to get stuff sorted. Ugh. Oh god, okay, we can't dilly-dally any longer. We cannot. I'm doing well, how are you? No worries, thank you. I'm glad you guys are doing well. Okay, we're gonna pause the music. We don't need it anymore. We're gonna unmute my desktop audio, and we're gonna transition over to, yeah, which I have my stinger back up, so. Sorry, I've been MIA. You're good. I just haven't seen you in my chat in a hot minute. It's good to see you back. Oh my god. Why does YouTube keep doing that to me? Stop doing that to me, YouTube. I didn't fix the thing. God damn it. It's fine. Okay. Well. Oh, my inventory's cluttered. Guys, I'm not in character yet. It's okay. Don't worry about it. So which backpack has you do? Come here. We're gonna pretend that I don't have this stuff on me right now. And that I wasn't totally at Kingdom Building, like, earlier. Or I logged in and I totally forgot I was there or anything. No. Okay. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Brother! Out of all time... Out of all times... Out of all times for the server to restart. I forgot it starts... I forgot. Guys, I forgot the server has a restart all this time. I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh my god. Things cannot go right for me today, apparently. Apparently not. Oy. Bro, do you not know the definition of cancel? Thank you. Anyways. Well, I guess and I can't even look at my phone. I can't even look at my phone, chat. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. I cannot. I have so many things I'm worrying about, chat. It's crazy. Okay. I'm also gonna acknowledge that behind all of me doing Princess and me figuring things out for other things, I have also been doing adult stuff. I guess, quote-unquote adult stuff. Off to the side, like trying to book a flight and, you know, suffering because of it. Okay, it's back on. Thank you. Ugh. I'm struggling here. I need to make trips at some point. I need to do things. I have work on Monday. It's my weekend, chat. I need to play Star Rail soon because there was an update Friday and I didn't get the redemption codes in time and I'm crying about it. And I need to finish the recent story so I could watch the recent special program because a lot of stuff was revealed apparently. And oh my god, my worries and my woes. And I'm gonna lose my hair. I'm gonna pull my hair out. Okay, anyways, we're going into character. We're starting this when YouTube catches up because it's slow as, you know, whatever, as a snail. I'm quite tired with all the kingdom building I've been doing lately. Well, regardless, I should check on a couple things, and perhaps my mail is one of them. I haven't checked my mail in a while, nor have I checked those books Clamsworth sent me. which I really should. That also reminds me of something else. Sea snake, hello, well, what is this? Addressed to Lady Della. Why is this addressed to I'm not Della. You are invited to session of afternoon tea hosted by Soul Academy of Solmera. The date of the tea is April 11th. Tea is in the Botany Club garden. We have spoken late at the Lunar New Year about getting together and having an exchange over tea, and I wanted to officially have our gathering. I look forward to learning more about your court's culture. This is addressed to Della, though. Why is it in my mailbox? Did this get sent to the wrong person? Oh dear. Pardon me, Sea Snake, while I think about this for a moment. Well, I suppose I will have to deliver this to Della. Though I don't know if she's around. It doesn't look like it. Oh dear. It appears her bubble is not available. She must be sleeping. Yes, it must have gone in by mistake. Oh dear. Oh, one moment, Sea Snake. I forgot. I must do something. Alright, pardon, sorry about that. I just had to handle something real quick. Well, I suppose I can see if I can leave it in her office, I suppose. I can go do that. Right. Yes, everything's in order, it seems. I do wonder why it was left in my mailbox, though, if it's addressed to Della. Maybe there's a Felfolk around who will be able to tell me why? But it was sent by Soul Katarina, so perhaps not all of them know. I don't know how to deal with this situation. Oh dear. And when is this tea party? Oh, it's today. Goodness gracious, if Della doesn't know about it soon, she's going to miss it. Oh, this is terrible, and she would hate to be late to something. No. Maybe she is around, and perhaps her bubble isn't working, maybe? Oh dear. This is quite a conundrum. Ah. Right, I need to remember that. Keep missing those. I feel bad, but I should really remember to make it to that one. I can find her in time. Oh, I forgot. There we are. I could, yes. I could leave it on her desk. With a note. That would probably be proper. Dear. It is just strange. Why would a tea party invitation for her end up in my mailbox? It is unusual. Addressed to Lady Della of Cerulean, exactly. I don't understand. Do I have enough to make a sign on me? I think I do. I can just write a sign and say, I forgot the elevator's not here anymore, that this was left in my mailbox by mistake, and hopefully she sees it in time. Hello? Della? What the? Della, are you in here? Doesn't seem like it. Well, in that case, let's see. Oh no. I don't believe I have enough for an item frame. I don't want to go rifle through her desk. Oh. It's not proper to do that. I didn't see anything. That was just a quick glance open. Oh, I need to go grab an item frame. I can't very well just rifle through her things. Is her window broken? Oh my goodness, her window is broken. What happened? Or is it open? Oh, I think it's just open. I think she's just letting in some air. That makes sense. Nothing else seems to be out of place, minus this hole in her wall, which is most odd. Is this strip spruce? Do I have any I need to fix it with? I have oak. I don't believe so. Oh dear. Well, either way, I should come back with a item frame and put it in there with a sign. I hopefully have enough time. If the party's at 5, perhaps maybe I will run into her. Oh dear. Alright. Let us go try to find... Right. It is really easy to get lost around here. Alright. Oh. I should hurry. I don't have a lot of time. Alright, item frame. Oh, dear. One moment, Nattie sakes. I must speak within my head for a minute. Pardon. awareness? Frames. Frames. Yes, frames. Oh, that's what you meant. Alright. I just need to go grab an item frame to leave on her desk. I really should hurry. She really does not like to be late to things. Hopefully she wakes up in time, but if not, then... oh, she will not be happy if she misses this when she was invited. It's a shame, though. I kind of wish I could have been invited. I would have loved to, attend a tea party. I really need to host some club activities with Lady Celica and Lady Riley soon. And also host a couple of my own. It's been a while. But, oh well. Indeed it is, little sea snake. Though there are others who are... I wouldn't be surprised if I found someone more passionate than me about tea. But if I do, then I would certainly like to talk to them. Item frame is this way. I think I need leather and sticks. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, which I should have plenty of. I'll just take 10. And then sticks, which we should have some in here somewhere. Here we are. Oh, was it like this? I don't think I even needed that much leather. Nope, I just needed one piece, of course. Alright. Where am I going? Oh dear, I got turned around. There we are. And then the sticks can go back here. Perfect. And I can easily make a sign there. She has a crafting table in her office, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Alright. Normally I am not one to be seen in a rush, but this is of utmost impertinence. I must hurry. If only it was raining, I could go faster. It just occurred to me that I was yelling out for her. My voice was inside my own head. I'm silly. I should probably... yes. Oh dear. It's already 4:30. The party will be in 30 minutes. Hopefully that would be enough time for her to get ready if she sees this in time. I hope she does. All I can say is I've tried my best to get it to her. I wonder if they'll ever fix this elevator. Probably not, but, you know, one could hope.
Levy?
Oh, goodness gracious. Thank goodness I
Good
found you,
evening.
Della.
Yes?
Oh, you are dressed up quite nice, which is actually appropriate.
Yes, it's for the tea party. What's your outfit?
What are you talking about?
I left the invitation in your mailbox.
That's addressed to you. I thought this was mistakenly placed in my mailbox and you were going to be late to a party.
It was.
Oh my.
We're getting you an outfit now.
If you can do that in 30 minutes.
Yes, now, okay, my wardrobe quickly, I always have, spares in different sizes, so just, alright, okay, let's see.
Normally,
okay.
if it was this late, I would wear one of my old dresses, but it's really not proper to wear the same dress twice.
Go.
Alright.
I'll leave the room.
Alright, thank you.
I also need to freshen up, so I'll just be in my main office. Do not go in. I still need to
Of course.
fix my hair and everything. Okay, fantastic. Yes, you'll be ready. I'm so sorry. That is my fault. Oh my goodness.
Alright, thank you.
Is it your size? Is it correct?
Yes, it seems to be. I'll get dressed right
Okay,
now.
perfect.
Alright, let me just put this on. And alright guys, we gotta change skins, you know how it is. We gotta do the old classic change the skin type thing. Bruh. It is not running, it is gone. Alright. Hurry! I know! Oh my god! You were invited, Levy was invited, she had no idea. Della put the wrong invitation in her mailbox. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! This is not good. This is not good. Oh no. Also, guys, the dress I'm about to wear, it might be a little familiar. It's one of the dresses she's wearing in one of the art pieces I posted a while back. It's when she has like the big hat by Clar. So if you're confused on like that dress looks familiar, it's because I based it off of the dress that was in that one art piece because I've been meaning to do that, but it's been so long, so you know, here we are. But canonically, Della gave her this dress, so she never had it in the first place. Della gave her this dress. Oh my god. So many things are happening. I wish my phone would charge. I feel weird not having my phone on me because I normally just fiddle with it while I'm waiting for Minecraft to load, but I can't do that right now. Oh well. Where did I put... Oh yeah, it's up here. Yes. Okay, that's there. Oh my god, guys. So many things. So many things. Okay, there we go. Come here, Minecraft. I swear, if I'm not in the skin, like, if it didn't load, I will cry. And I'll be like, come on, I don't have time for this. Levy does not have time for this. My girl don't got time for this. From thinking she wanted to be invited to being invited. Hello, Liz. Water. Indeed, water. I unfortunately don't have any with me right now, so I cannot hydrate. I'm so sorry. But indeed, water. Welcome to stream. Oh my god, Minecraft, hurry up. We don't got time for this. Is this? I'm trying to make sure that's right there. Okay. Here we go. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna switch over, chat. I'm gonna cry. It crashed! It crashed! Are you kidding me? It's not running. What are you talking about? The launcher is not already running. It is not running. What do you mean? Oh my god. No, I'm so sorry about the no hydration. I don't have time to hydrate right now. I gotta go. I'll hydrate later, I promise. Oh no, I'm sorry. I know I'm a bad wolf. I'm sorry. I'm a bad wolfie. I didn't hydrate. I'm sorry. I hydrated this morning. Don't worry. Unless, of course, if a cup of coffee counts. I know that sounds terrible. Oh god. I had drank a lot of water yesterday. Did I? Oh god, when was the last time I drank water? That's concerning that I can't remember that, actually. Maybe I should go grab some water. But I don't have time. I drank other liquids. It should be fine. Damn, I know. I'm fine. Oh my god. I think it was a couple days ago when I had water when I was at work, but like it's just something like I have to think now I'm concerned. It's fine. Like, you know, I have coffee, Coke, Powerade. Powerade has electrolytes, guys. Come on, like don't diss Powerade now. Powerade can be just as good. What else? Juice. I drink a lot of juice. Juice has water in it. There is water in juice. I'm pretty sure. Like, don't worry. I know how to hydrate. I also drink water when I go work out. Which I did not go work out this week because I was dreadfully exhausted and not feeling well, which sucked because now I feel weak and I need to go work out soon. Now we're gonna pray that Minecraft doesn't crash. Because I beg it to work. I need to hop in. So many caffeine. I don't drink Coke and caffeine on the same day. Don't worry. I don't drink that much caffeine, I promise. I drink coffee every morning, and then if I don't have coffee in the morning, then I will allow myself a Coke in the afternoon. I don't drink both of those substances at the same time. Or at least on the same day. It's not good. I know. But you're talking to somebody who has to wake up early for work and who just got done being a college student who might go back to college, so caffeine addiction is kind of part of it's kind of part of the package. Okay, we're good. Oh my god, can I... Minecraft is chugging, man. Can I please... Bruh. Okay, there we go. What the... Oh no. Okay. Alright, there we go, okay. Okay, I think that fit. Ah, there we are. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh, the dress fits lovely. Good. Good. It was the right size. I didn't know that invitation was for me. Hold on to my other clothes for now. Oh. Della? Della? I believe she has went to the tide. Oh, it fits nicely. Thank you, sea snakes. I appreciate the compliments. Though, I feel as though something is missing. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I need something for this dress. I'm not sure, though. Though there's hardly any time to really figure it out. Though I wish there were. I just don't know what. I'm gonna have the jewelry, and I definitely cannot pierce my ear fins. That would hurt, and it wouldn't last long. I don't need a necklace since it is a neck piece in the dress already in a way. It goes up to the neck. I'm not really that familiar with fashion terms as much as Della is. Perhaps she can tell me the appropriate abbreviation at least. But I think it looks quite nice. Oh. Oh dear, what is wrong with her window? At first I thought the other one was open, but now... perhaps... This does seem quite concerning. Perhaps I should ask her about this. Well, I suppose I will sit and wait for her to return. She said not to enter her office until she's back, so I shall do the proper thing and wait. To be honest, I really don't understand why. Is her... Ah, that's where she keeps her sharks. I was wondering. I do feel a little bit bad for them. Personally, I don't like keeping sharks or any other type of fish animals. Gomiku is an exception, because at least he's allowed to go where he wishes in our dorm room. And he's still connected to the ocean. And these sharks are just in a tank way far from home. I'm sure she takes good care of them, but even so... I can't imagine it'd be nice to feel trapped like that all the time. Just like how this makes me feel uneasy, so does the one in the main hall. Who knows? I really hope Della hurries soon. I wouldn't want us both to be late now. Actually, I should probably read this. Addressed to Lady Leviathan, you are invited to session of afternoon tea hosted by Solmera. The date of the tea is April 11th at 5 p.m. EST within the Botany Club garden. I wanted to extend an invitation to you for a gathering of cultural exchange. I had spoken to other ladies about hosting this previously and thought you would be an excellent addition, given your keen eye for tea. I do hope you consider attending. I look forward to learning more about your court's culture. Well regards, Sol Katarina. So she did consider me. I'm greatly flattered. I'm actually happy to receive an invitation. Who knew it would turn out like this, though? I suppose Della meant to put this one in my mailbox instead of her own. I'm glad I caught her to clear up this misunderstanding. And for her to help me quickly find a dress. That would have definitely been problematic. Oh my. I wonder when she'll return. Don't believe it's anytime soon. Then, Sea Snakes, do you have any questions for me? Anything you would like to talk about? I mean, it is just us for a bit. My goodness. I believe I will be waiting a while for responses due to the delay in communication between my sea snakes and the tide. I do apologize because of that. Whatever question you ask, I will probably be answering much later. Any anxieties due to the tea party? Well, considering I got the invitation so late, plenty. I didn't even know about it until the last minute. I mean, this is kind of your element, so I imagine not many. Yes, indeed it is my element. However, I normally am prepared for these kinds of things. The fact that I got this invitation so last minute and had to borrow a dress from Della. Oh, and I don't even know what to bring as a gift. Granted, it is only proper to bring a gift to such a thing, I'm pretty sure, unless that is not a culture thing. Oh, and I didn't have time to study up on Solmera's culture involving tea parties. Everyone is different. That's one of the first things I should have done, honestly. Oh, many anxieties going forward. And it's not me who will be serving tea, but Court Solmera, considering Lady Sol Katarina is the host. I'm sure the tea will be delicious, but even so, I am just a guest. But even as a guest, I need to be proper and represent... I need to calm my head for a second. Let me point it to you this way, my sea snakes. Another court has invited me to their tea party to discuss cultural exchange. And while that may seem like a nice invitation to get one another to know each other better, it can also be political in a sense, with everything. Exchanging one's culture means getting to know each other better, but also setting up connections for the future. If I am not well equipped with proper knowledge and the likes, then I'm afraid I am in trouble. Especially if there's something I needed to brush up on that I haven't in a while, or if there's any type of court etiquette I should know about Court Solmera during their tea parties. For I'm not just going there as a guest, but I'm going there as a guest of Court Cerulean, and a noble lady of Court Cerulean. I must make sure I leave the best impression, if not only to help out my own court and duchess. To have good relations with another court is very important. But it cannot just be the heirs that make good connections. Oh, this is most troublesome. If I don't do well or leave a good impression... It is strange, though, I will say. I believe this is one of the few times I've been invited to a tea party. Normally I am hosting and not with many people. So, and when I host, I genuinely leave the conversation to be led by other nobles. I like to listen. This time I might actually be able to listen even more. Perhaps I won't be talked to as much, and I can simply sit and enjoy the tea while listening more to others converse. It would be a great opportunity to learn more. Now this is the exciting part about it. And perhaps maybe somebody at the tea party will know more about Court Solmera's tea making. I know Lady Katarina says that she knows only so little, last time I asked her about it. I do apologize if you hear anything in my background, sea snakes. There appears to be a kerfuffle. I apologize. In my tide, of course. It is quite loud, I do apologize. One moment. Oh dear, it seems I've gotten a missive from her. Stella. Oh my goodness, Stella. I don't even know where the botany club is. All right. I assumed we were going to go together.
Not realize I've done. Oh my goodness! Apologies. Oh, fantastic! You look gorgeous. All right, it matches your hair. Lovely, lovely.
I
Oh my-
agree. Although I feel as though something is missing. I just can't put my finger on it.
A hat. The answer is always a hat.
Actually, I think you might be right in this situation, but unfortunately we have not time.
We do not have the time for a hat. Let's go.
Maybe in the future.
I apologize so deeply. Even my sponsors are outraged by my behavior.
Oh dear. My sea snakes questioned if you forgot you left me there.
Yes. Apologies. I genuinely thought you'd left.
Indeed. Indeed it is, little sea snake. It is the same bit from the art.
Taking my time with.
You told me not to enter your office, so I just assumed I'd wait for you.
Oh no! My office, my main office. It's past the. It's not by the elevator shaft.
Well, you said not to. Something of the accord of not to go somewhere, so I just assumed.
Oh yes. I didn't wish for you to enter my office while I was still freshening up. I need to adjust how I was wearing my dress and all of that.
I see.
And
that's
I was
where the
planning to take a while.
The understanding came
Yes.
about.
How silly of us. Well, I believe it's time to start coming in. May we come in?
Of course, greetings.
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 I'm glad that you were both able to join us today.
Thank you.
Lady Riley and Lady Min are on their way. Lady Min needed guidance, so Lady Riley went to go fetch her.
I see.
And there is a space you're more than welcome to join into as well to make hearing each other a bit more clear.
Fantastic.
Thank you for the invitation.
Of course, I had mentioned to you previously the next time I was hosting tea, I wanted to ensure you were invited, so I wanted to follow through with that.
I appreciate it greatly. Thank you for thinking of me.
Well, have you both been well?
Very much so.
Indeed.
There are obviously the typical stresses of court politicking and such, but we can put that all aside for tonight.
Yes, today is for tea and sharing cultural knowledge. I went to holidays or anything like that, just fun, lighter subjects is what I'm looking forward to.
You and me both, and I imagine it goes for everyone here, frankly.
I imagine so. I think they should be arriving soon, but I do have a coffer of tea and snacks over on the side over here. There should be something that ends up suitable for everyone.
How thoughtful. Seems so.
Oh my.
Yes,
Well,
I
would
wanted
it
to
be
have...
alright?
Go ahead.
I was asking if it would be alright for us to help ourselves now, or if the snacks are to be passed out later.
You can help yourselves now. I fear I get too into talking at times that sometimes it slips my mind, so I want to ensure everyone has any goodies they want beforehand.
Oh, these look decadent.
I've been looking forward to have this tea again. It was most delicious last time I tried it.
I'm glad.
And this place is quite beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I redid it for a botany club, and it was certainly pretty before, but I am a great fan of the cherry blossoms, so...
So this is where botany club is held.
I don't have our next meeting planned yet, but I am going to get that set up soon.
I was unaware of its location.
Apologies. Oh, welcome back.
Hello.
Greetings. I'm glad that
Hello.
you could join us.
Greetings.
Thank you.
Oh, you look all lovely.
Thank you.
as well.
There is a coffee or a snack, so you're more than welcome to welcome yourself to.
Lovely. Interesting.
These look delicious.
I have to say that the gardening club is looking gorgeous.
Yes,
Very pretty.
I'm thinking of over there. I want to slowly start a collection of all the flowers. And so I'm thinking perhaps across the water to do so, or if I can get permission to commandeer the courtyard across from here as well for plants.
I'm sure you can attain it.
As long as someone else wants to use it for a club spot. I don't think there would be an issue, but if someone else wants it, I'm not going to take over 2 of the courtyards on this side of the castle.
I do remember having to ask the headmaster for permission to find a place for my club, considering I did not wish to intrude on it anywhere on the castle grounds.
I know whenever I had pitched to him wanting to do a botany club, he included that I need to go craft up a proposal for it and had the location included, so...
Indeed.
I went searching. I thought of either here, or do you know the long corridor, flower corridor that is right by
Indeed.
the other club room?
Yes.
Thought maybe it might be nice to just have benches in there, but it's also very cramped, so...
It seems
I
more
feel
like a
over here.
nice, private, secluded spot, however.
Well, if I may have a personal suggestion, I would suggest essentially having the gardening club tend to the gardens of the school without necessarily occupying all the spaces. Therefore, there's free reign and a lot of space to potentially practice decorating on, but, well, no worries about encroaching on others.
That's certainly an excellent suggestion. I know over here is where I'm going to keep all the books and such for the club, so if someone misses a meeting or is interested, they can just read and catch up, and then in the future, club meetings are not going to just be here. I want to find very pretty natural spots that have lots of foliage.
Then that would probably be the best way to go about it. It allows you to have a meeting in a different spot every single time.
And I would definitely love to read these books.
Oh, I need to finish writing the first one from the first meeting, but I will have that soon. And if you ever stop by here in the future, the bookshelf is near the entrance. There are some there already too. It's from, I have the one from the Rose Festival, and I have the one from the Valentine's Day Festival that I wrote.
Oh, were you the one who wrote about those
Good to
flowers?
know.
Oh, I see. That was most interesting to learn.
Yes, I have a fascination with them. And Solmera, but it's warm. There's some flowers we don't grow there, so being at the academy has allowed me to look at more things.
Indeed. I've never seen such a variety of foliage before, considering I've spent most of my time under the water.
I'm most interested in the flora under the water. Do you have any that you underwater that have certain meetings that you're aware of?
I'm afraid I am unaware, unless you perhaps are more aware than I, Della?
Oh, of course. Well, kelp is obviously a very universal one, and it has certain ceremonial meanings, but also it can be used as healing properties. Kelp itself is almost a symbol of balance in that sort, as we often wrap our dead in kelp for, well, funeral purposes. However, for more fun meanings, it's things that you'll find around coral reefs. The brighter the colors, the more intense the emotion conveyed, considering underwater, well, such colors don't always shine through as much. Things with more glowing elements to them often symbolize things such as hope, new beginnings, where darker colors are, of course, more towards endings. If you give me any examples, I could be more specific.
I see. That is really interesting to know. I'm afraid I'm not all too knowledgeable on the specific flowers that are in flora that is down there to give you any specifics, but I do appreciate that knowledge. I know you mentioned the ones that glow, and I know you have a, what is it, the Glow Night?
Oh, yes, the Glow Festival.
Yes.
Still eagerly planning that. So,
Yes, how are preparations going?
they could be going. It's just so much has been happening lately. It's been hard to focus on it. However, I, for one, intend to try to spend just maybe a week or so trying to just simply focus on only that to get everything set up. There's a lot to be done. But I am most excited for you all to see it when it is finished.
I look forward to it. I know festivals and events in general take a lot of effort to go into them. I know this tea party was prompted because of attending Cindralune's Lunar New Year, which was ran fabulously. I really enjoyed myself when I was there.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. We did put quite a bit of work into it, especially when it came to the food. There was so much of it that
lot
we
of
had to
prepping.
make. A lot of prepping.
I imagined so, and you had so many options that were available to any dietary restrictions, so I thought that was wonderful.
I'm glad I made sure to be inclusive of all. It was definitely interesting to experiment with the new ways since, well, we only eat meat, so I wasn't exactly sure of how things would taste.
That's certainly fair on that. In general, I like cooking as more of a hobby passion of mine, so
I found
What
have
you-
to say, everything there quite delicious.
Yes, I have to say, they taste so wonderful.
I forget everything that I had, but I know I grabbed samples of most things that were suitable to me, and it was all very enjoyable.
Indeed.
I'm very glad. Perhaps one day I can just make more.
Were those dishes typically traditional for the holiday itself, or are those things you often enjoy in your territory?
They are very, very traditional dishes. Typically, we would have them only during Lunar New Year, but sometimes people may enjoy it outside.
There's some like the Owen slices you don't need to eat those only at Luna. Yeah.
Interesting.
Is there any other holidays coming up anytime soon besides, I think to my knowledge, it might be the Globe Festival up next. I know we have the summer solstice coming up in June as well, but I haven't decided how we're going to handle that at the Academy yet.
I do hope you find it breathtaking. The Glow Night is a time in the calendar where, well, most glowing things in Courts Cerulean tend to bloom. It's the brightest nights of nights underwater. I do wonder how we can bring it to the surface, though.
Indeed.
I'm curious, can you see it glowing from the surface? Like, I feel like if I was to look over at night, the dark ocean, and if I can see the glowing from the bottom, that would be like looking at the night sky as well.
Well, depending on regions. I know it happens in the Imperial Sea. Levy, do you know if it happens in any other regions? It's the Crystal Sea as well.
Indeed.
But a lot of bioluminescence happens close to the surface of the water, so if you step in or splash around, everything begins to glow.
Yes, it is quite
So
beautiful.
So I'm sure skipping stones would give you quite the sight. I just don't know if this phenomenon actually happens here.
I see. It does sound rather breathtaking. So if it doesn't happen here, perhaps in the future, I will need to see about taking a trip to Cerulean and seeing that on another year.
I'd have to think about all of our geographical locations that have that phenomenon. There's a lot, but not many, and it's typically, like Della said, more towards the surface and near beaches. I think it's due to sometimes the bioluminescence of algae when it migrates during parts of the year, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. I am familiar with most of our areas, but regarding how should I say, the organisms and the flora involved, I'm not too familiar with.
Flora and fauna?
Yes, thank you. But I am looking forward to our Glow Night Festival. It will be a lot of fun. It is simply a festival we like to host, really with just the intent to have a wonderful night, as is any festival.
I see. I'm looking forward to it.
We've been speaking enough about the Glow Night Festival. I am curious. For the two of you, what's your favorite of your festivals?
I think I am most fond... I don't know. I want to say summer solstice is typically my favorite time of year, but at the same time, Valentine's Day does tend to rival it. Not even because of it being romantic. I like Valentine's Day because I do like the color pink.
An aesthetic choice. I mean, after seeing the grounds, I'm not surprised.
Oh yes,
There's a lot of it.
that was such a wonderful festival. There was so much to do.
It was quite nicely organized. President probably get summer solstice.
I know traditionally our summer solstice is celebrated with festivals, so I don't know if I'm going to do another one for that when it comes June, or if I might choose to do something a little different, just because we did do a festival for Valentine's Day, which is not all too often celebrated that way. So that's why I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I know I have letters from home that I might even be summoned back to court for the summer solstice to hold our official celebration there. So I don't know if one at the academy will be held.
See. Well, I would hope so. It would be quite lovely.
It's a very upbeat time of year, so... For holidays of your court.
Well, I know we have a Moonglow Massacre host every year during the Harvest Moon, which I believe is
Sounds fun.
It's a festival.
Lanterns are definitely my
on.
them fun.
I'm so sorry, the tide. Chat, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Similar. I think winter solstice, it's whenever we send out what we wish we could say to those we've lost. In summer solstice, we send out our future aspirations.
Aw, that sounds so sweet.
It is. I suppose that's what the tide ceremony is somewhat similar to, though both the beginning, new beginnings and end. We sacrifice things in order to hope for well, good things to come in the future. It's a very religious ceremony, though.
That's interesting. I know that we burn things when a loved one dies, typically money, to send it to the afterlife with them. Typically,
nice.
whatever you burn goes to the afterlife for them.
Now that's a topic, actually. Well, we all have different types of faiths, and I suppose this is the question: what kind of afterlives do each of our faiths, well, hold for us?
If no one else is going to start, I suppose we could. Personally, for us, those who pass go, well, we say into the moon's embrace to, I suppose, continuously paw up there and in the embrace of the moonlight, just basically a non-ending, not exactly hunt, but a non-ending peaceful rest in which they can continue to watch over their loved ones.
And that's why the winter solstice is when the moon's out the longest, that it ties into a lot of our mourning and looking on to our ancestors.
What about Cindralune? You mentioned that you send money and such, and we already do know that ancestors hold great power in your faith.
I think most demons believe the same way. There's a couple that have their own exception of how the afterlife works, but a lot of us believe they move on. But sometimes they like to stay and watch over their loved ones, which is why we want to honor their care for praying to them. The only other thoughts?
I think you pretty much said it all. There's not much to it, really. We just honor their legacy that they made for us.
I suppose we differ in that regard then, don't we?
Indeed.
Faith more so believes in less an afterlife and more a return to the serpent. A return to the cycle where, well, while some believe in some form of rebirth, others believe that it's more becoming a part of everything around. Returning to the nature that we were formed from. The returning of the life that was given. There's no promise of anything in the future, rather simply that you become a part of everything or a part of something new.
Indeed.
I do think that's a nice thought to have on it.
It is also our faith can vary depending on the different sea monsters throughout the regions.
Indeed.
Each of us have our own specific practices, but it all boils down to the servant at the end of the day. But I'm pretty sure that the most of us carry out the silent vigil.
Indeed. It's good to at least reminisce on what was lost, appreciate what was once there, while not holding anything against it being gone.
Yes. Your region is very spread out, is it not? With all the waters you occupy.
Indeed.
Indeed.
It's quite a bit.
It's definitely understandable for things to differ depending on how much distance is between different parties.
Indeed.
Yes, it's also that, well, in sea monster history, only 300 years ago, we were many different clans that functioned on completely separate cultures. So while the general order of the coil has a standardized set of our religion. People have very varying interpretations, purely because of their own traditions.
I think that's interesting to know, because I know with Solmera, we don't even, as all of our written records, even far past that, we followed the same traditions. It has just been our way of life on it.
To put a general difference, I suppose, those of the Crystal Sea do not in fact believe in any form of reincarnation, only in the idea that once you're gone, you become part of everything around, and in a sense, perhaps observe, perhaps not. You simply return to the tide once and for all. And, well, those of the Crystal Sea firmly disbelieve the idea that you may ever return in the same form that you once were, or anything similar. Lovey, what about your region?
My region is hard to talk about considering there are so few left, including my own. I no longer live in my old region. Actually, in fact, I don't think I was taken there once for a family trip, but I barely remember. My family's ancestors were from the Jurassic Sea. There are many different types of sea monsters, and there are the sea monsters closely related to the serpent class, one of the larger types. And so the Jurassic Sea was the perfect place for those ancestors, given how big it is. Just wide, big blue ocean with various sand beds, very few flora and fauna. The occasional outcropping cave, but that was about it. There wasn't really many traditions or things along the like. A lot of it was lost to time. But I suppose, one thing was, for my family and ancestors in particular, we took loyalty very seriously. In the sense of our partners, of course. When my family picks a partner, they pick a partner for life. If that partner is lost, we never remarry or find a new one.
In your region, marriage is considered, well, far more important than the other regions. I see.
It is a variety.
I know when I marry, I simply hope that I'm with the one partner for my life. I don't plan to, if they do meet an early end, to remarry, but I guess if the situation ever calls for it, I might have to. But you mentioned different types of sea monster. That makes me think of how in Fellfolk, it's less of a variety, I suppose, but we do have some who consider them being more related to black cats or mancoons or just different breeds, I suppose. Is there anything like that with demons?
I don't really believe so. I mean, appearance-wise, yes, but
Zodiacs we technically take a.
Zodiacs are different, though.
That's well.
Zodiacs are not exactly breeds. In a sense, it's just the year that we are born. There are 12 different zodiacs. Those I cannot recall exactly. I don't remember. I even forget which zodiac I am.
I know I'm a sheep, so we have the linear was like the year of the horse, so.
Oh, I see.
And that's why we had horses everywhere.
Yes, lots of horses.
I see.
I know I observed there's, I suppose it was considered warm-blooded and cold-blooded, so that is just more so of a, is it random, or?
Sure, it's a
I think
generation.
that's more, yeah, I think that's maybe more genetic, if anything.
Fair
Not
enough.
so much like different species, but
I know when
simply.
Winter was here, being near demons who are warm-blooded was much more convenient than when I was not.
Yes. And then those who are cold-blooded, and we were suffering as well.
Very
Well, I
bundled
actually
up.
do have to inquire then. With differences, well, some that are often very much noticeable are between your horns. That's to do with your first soul hunt, is it not?
Yes,
No,
I
yeah.
believe so. Though I think tails, I don't have a tail myself.
Genetics.
More yeah, that is also genetics, and
Mhm.
that's a recessive trait, I believe. It's
Mm-hmm.
not really needed.
It's not well known. A lot of, I think only me, Leo, and Gideon and Juliet have tails in the school here. I think the rest don't. Unless I'm misremembering someone.
I don't think Cinder has one. Cassie
No.
and Candace don't have one.
Mhm.
Dante doesn't have one, so yes, I think. Unless you count Castiel. Castiel doesn't also have a tail.
Mhm.
But
Well, why don't you tell us some more about the first soul hunt? It's clearly something that's greatly important and, well, often takes a lot of preparation. I'm sure we'd love to hear about it.
how was your first soul hunt?
Oh, mine was actually with a skeleton.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Me and Leo, our father brought one back, and we got to kill it for the first time. That's why we only know a little bit about the meta, not that much. And that's why we look with our horns, and I guess our horns mostly look small size. It's because he also killed a widow skeleton when he was younger, and he could pass on the legacy. Yeah, but
I'm not very too connected to the family. I'm a very distant relative, so hearing this information is definitely new to me. I do remember my first soul was a snake. I was brought to the surface for the time for the soul hunt and killed a snake while I was there. That was my first soul.
Does it serve as a coming of age? Is it, I guess, maybe like a passage into adolescence or teenage years? Or is it earlier than that?
I think it depends on the family, honestly.
Mm.
I know I cannot remember how old I was when I did mine, but do you remember how old you were?
My parents wanted me to get it straight away.
Mm.
I believe just as I started walking, they wanted me to go on it.
I think mine was either around 10, I believe, or so. So definitely more coming of age.
We have something very similar in our culture of it. We have our first hunt, which is our coming of age. Age ranges vary. Typically, you'll see it between the ages of 10 and 16. It really depends on just when the parents feel their kid is ready to go on it, because it does involve them going out into the woods by themselves without supervision. So, but it doesn't necessarily mean, I know you do it for souls. Ours doesn't have to be, I suppose, actually hunting something. It can just be finding something and bringing it back.
Interesting.
It's more of a traditional thing to do, but it is believed to kind of reflect on what their future holds in a way. So, for example, if someone comes back and finds like a feather and they make it into a quill, perhaps they'll be a scholar in the future. And typically, I know for us, we don't really go into detail on what we found on ours, just because it is, since we believe it is a representation of our future, we don't want to risk upsetting it.
I was gonna ask, but I understand now.
I think we might have a book in the library about the First Huntmore. Either it's in the library or it's in my room, and I never put it in the library. So I'll have to,
I would love to read it.
Yeah,
I'll have to double
likewise.
check on that.
Me as well. That sounds most interesting.
Yes,
think
we
we
don't
need a
really
s-
have anything akin to any of that here.
No, we don't really have coming of age type traditions or anything. Well, I guess it could vary based on region and sea monster,
But
of
that
course.
does go for everything. And besides, it's mostly the fringe houses that have their own separate traditions. Most of our traditions, like I said before, have been mostly standardized with small variances.
Indeed. I also wanted to ask, we have a variety of books on our regions and some of the various sea monsters and their anatomical structures. Does Court Solmera and Court Cindralune happen to have any books based on your various types of regions, or perhaps, if forgive me if it's a little weird to ask, like anatomical structures or types of, I suppose, a book explaining why certain Felfolk would be a different coloration, or why. Actually, I've been meaning to ask. I've noticed that. I read somewhere that Court Solmera, the royalty, has twin tails. Is there a reason for that?
There is. It's basically just since ancient times, the Solmera family has been particularly blessed by both the sun and the moon, which represents two tails, one from the sun and one from the moon.
Oh. I see.
I'm sure there's books existing that have more of the anatomy and such and knowledge of us. I know I don't have any in my possession currently. Professor Saren honestly might, given that she sort of acts as the school nurse, but I am unsure. Lady Daphne might also, so I could inquire with her about it.
I'd be most interested in to read things like that. It is somewhat of a topic I am most intrigued by, considering the amount of sea monsters in the sea. It is interesting to learn about the types of various species and other folks on land.
No, I will say, Lady Levy, it is probably because, well, when it comes to sea monsters, us calling ourselves one singular origin is certainly a stretch, isn't it?
Yes. Though, we're mostly all, in abilities-wise, similar now.
Well, I
That's
do
right.
have to know. Oh, apologies.
I was gonna answer the question. I don't think we have any knowledge, books here, but possibly we can. Sorry,
I
get
think
something
I
else.
think that's a Cassian question,
Mhm.
though. It seems something that would be more in the royal archives rather than just out and about. Perhaps you could ask, like, monks or something
Mhm.
of the sort.
Monks.
Yes, monks. They are, I believe, the equivalent to Solmeran priests. They practice magic, mainly healing magic, and rituals such as cleansing rituals.
Similar to a sorcerer?
Similar, yes,
I see.
but more of a religious type in a sense, more of a traditional stance.
Interesting.
I suppose I'll ask a general question to the table. And this is a matter of personal opinion. But what historical event or historical era of your court do you believe most influenced your current culture, and why?
This feels like a royal code class.
Apologies, perhaps I'm too far into, well, If that's not part of what Royal Code is about, I don't know what is. But perhaps I'm too into the teacher mindset. Let me permit that I refresh myself. Oh. Favorite part of history. How about that?
I don't know if I necessarily have one. As I mentioned previously, like our written records, we have lived a very streamlined, I suppose. We follow our traditions and we honor those who have passed before us, ensuring that their memory and beliefs continue onwards. So we certainly have evolved in the sense of technological improvements, quality of life improvements and such, but I wouldn't say I have a favored technological one or favored historical one, just because as it stands I am in the present and I know that currently it's likely the best our court has seen, and I do hope it continues getting better.
I'm not too sure about ours. I do know for certain that the coming of Cindralune is probably one of the most important things, as it is how there are demons. I don't remember the history all too well, do you?
A little bit. I remember, I think it was the first one that's summoned under the moon, and that's why we are attuned to the moon a lot.
Yes.
I'd say us sea monsters are a little similar in the regard. Not quite, though. The moon has a certain sway. In our...
Indeed.
For instance, during the ceremony of the tides, and when the moon is at its fullest, like the moon and the ocean, it's never one and the same. It is constantly changing. It can be calm one instant and then raging tsunamis the next. It varies, and like so, our emotions are also connected in a sense. Hence why sometimes during a full moon, sea monsters can be more excited, or occasionally irritable. But it also depends on the sea monster.
I have a deep adoration of the moon. I love it an equal amount as the sun. I would never rank one above the other. It's what gives light in the dark sky for us to see. It's what, for us, we consider where those who have passed have gone. I value it greatly. I think everything in the world has its purpose and has something that it proves itself with.
Indeed. Regarding your question, Della, do you particularly have a favorite moment in history?
Well, favorite? You know, I think my favorite moment in history isn't in sea monster history. However, if we're to stick to sea monster, I think it's just the most influential one. The unifying of the houses. Wouldn't it be?
1725.
The beginning of it all, the beginning of Courts Cerulean. The houses unifying in order to potentially one day join the Thorned Concord.
Indeed.
As before that, well, sea monster history is rather vague, but before that it's simply a connection of completely separate clans that did not consider themselves a single court.
Personally, I
Until
think...
Draven Ondine came around.
Indeed. That was a most important year. Personally, however, I think 1925, 100 years ago, was the most important one. As...
I suppose most influential to now.
Indeed, well... When we first came together, it was simply the heirs and anybody of nobility who attended banquets, but then, around 1925, all sea monsters of noble status and others in other statuses, not just nobility, depending on what you did, were allowed to attend annual banquets and meetings and slowly start making their way to interact with people above the surface, which I believe led to a great, bigger understanding of cultures.
Was heavily influenced by the fact that, well, sea monsters began gaining the ability to spend, well, more than just a few seconds above ground, and it turned into, back then, a singular minute. Even so, it was better than nothing. We could still stand on the ground, and it wasn't just certain families that could. The ability over the past 100 years became, well, it evolved.
And also de-evolved at times.
That's what happens with constant change, though.
Indeed.
Always annoying when it de-evolves.
I don't know about you,
At least
but
I
I'm
imagine so.
personally glad I'm not a giant serpent.
I know I've heard at one point or another that even your dietary was only a recent adaptation.
Indeed.
It was
Indeed.
early in the school year that I was told that it was only a few generations ago that majority became vegetarian.
There's
Indeed.
actually an explanation for that. Simply put,
I'd like to hear it.
well, a long time ago, sea monsters didn't just eat vegetables, but also we ate meat and fish alike. Well, I say meat hesitantly because since we couldn't go on land as much, it really depended on what ended up in the ocean if it was meat. But mainly fish and other sorts. But then, I suppose, I guess you can think of terms of natural selection, or when you have one predator too many in one environment. A lot of fish began to fade away too fast. There wasn't enough food to go around via fish, so obviously you resort to eating something else, which tended to be a variety of kelp and other such flora and fauna of the sea. And slowly but surely, the population grew back. However, we slowly began to just, I guess, weed off fish and meat in place of kelp and other such, because it is a lot easier to eat and also easier to grow and acquire. And hunting became less of a need. Slowly our diet began to change, and now we have officially evolved to only strictly be vegetarian. So much so, in fact, that meat makes us sick.
Only as late as, well, even as late as just 2 generations ago with my grandfather, some were still able to eat meat, though I don't know any sea monsters who still have the capability anymore.
Makes me curious if there is some, but they're following the more social etiquette now to not.
Likely. It's difficult to come upon meat dishes underwater, so how would one really know?
Understandable. I know, historically, I know that, obviously, it's not a secret that our diets mainly consist of fish. So early on, that would have been what our earlier Fellfolk ancestors did much of. But I think as we settled down in a one place and built up civilization, that's when the farming and such and our diets likely expanded. I know if you see normal lords and ladies walking around, the cats, typically you do see them sticking to meat diets, and not really showing interest in wanting anything to do with plants for nutrients, I suppose. They might play with them, but I know a lot of flowers can be toxic to them.
Actually, I want to change my answer. I know what my favorite historical event is from, well, our court. It has to be the development of the conduit.
I suppose that would be a rather significant event.
I suppose favorite advancements versus event. It's really hard to choose. Oh, but then, no, I will refrain. We'll be here all day.
Well, the conduits gave you the ability to more at ease breathe upon land, so it's understandable, because without it, it would have been much more difficult to attend other court banquets and such.
Indeed. And recently we also were blessed with further breathing ability.
Indeed. Though, I suppose that's... I hope that goes down in history books. I'd be honored if it did.
I don't see why not. It was quite a significant progress.
If it does go down in history books, I change my answer. That is my favorite historical event.
Well, I
At
must
the
say
risk of being self-centered.
I'm in the dark on this. Can I be informed? After all, if it's going to go into the history books, I think. The more people who know, the better.
Well, a few months ago, I made a breakthrough in conduit research. I discovered a way of linking the conduit to a sea monster in a way that instead of only being able to survive 3 minutes on land, even with no conduits around, we can now last up to 8. And even more, technically, I myself can survive hours on land, though it gets painful after a little bit. Essentially, we've removed the need for many sea monsters to go underwater. Furthermore, it's also just improved our quality of life on land. We're far weaker on land than we are underwater, and we've managed to improve that a little bit, at least in the presence of conduits.
I see. That's certainly a very significant advancement, because you said, what, 3 to 8 minutes, so that's 5 additional minutes for most, and potentially more.
For some hours,
Mhm.
which well, at the risk of sounding self-centered, I'm very proud of it. I also think it is a great breakthrough, and I truly hope that it will be remembered.
Oh, it certainly should be, given the substantialness of it and the impressiveness of it. It most certainly should.
If it does, that's my favorite historical event. Final answer.
Is it really historical of it? I guess it's present. I guess I know it's historical now that it's been a couple months. So.
Making history, right? Though I suppose we all are.
I think the entire attendance at the academy in itself is a historical thing, or will be considered a historical thing in the future.
Nattie,
I imagine so.
it is a dream. It is a dream to potentially have your name remembered, something that maybe children at school might learn someday.
I agree. I know we greatly value education in Solmera, because the more educated you are, the more you can develop your skills and improve life around you. So we like to make sure that we have education as open and accessible as we can.
If you were to go down in history as something, and this goes to everyone at the table, what would you most like to be remembered for? In a general sense. I suppose the fashion you carry yourself with, some kind of great breakthrough.
I don't know. I know my name will be in a history book. I'm hoping it's remembered fondly. But I suppose it will be written by whoever comes after me. Perhaps my incredible fashion taste, if I'm not going to go into the soulless side of things.
Not go into the solace side of things.
If I'm not going to rely on my title, like, if someone should write about me, because I'm going to be written about as a soulless. So if I was to choose something different, I would like my fashion.
As a soulless, would you rather be remembered as great, or perhaps as kind, peaceful?
Protective, I suppose. Which I think would cover peaceful if I'm protective, as long as I don't have to do anything to protect them, I suppose.
And the rest of you?
I'm not exactly sure myself. Honestly, I don't exactly know yet where I stand in all of this.
I think mine's is definitely trinkets. I do want to make my own business one day and be able to go across the land to sell my own wares.
Remembered in more specific history, but still has someone to look up to. Cavalli?
Not to copy answers, but I don't really know. It's like, Valaras don't exactly go down in history, I think. They all get noted down on what their positions are and any accomplishments, like changes perhaps they've made, but there's too many other responsibilities that they have to the church, the acolytes, the priests. In general, they have too much to take care of to really have the time or need to strive for anything as great as going down in history.
So I do think taking care of those who are relying on you comes before making a name for yourself.
Exactly.
Lemmy, if you were to go down in history for anything, what do you wish it would be for?
I'm not too. I suppose my opinion is that I honestly, forgive me if this sounds a little bit, not rude, but just, I really could not care if I'd gone down in history. I am here to serve my Duchess, and that is about my purpose, but if it is something, I'd hope that I'm remembered for my tea. But I do not mind either way.
I think living in the present and just wanting to focus on what you can do now and not worrying about what comes after is an honorable thing to do.
Thank you.
I agree. I think it's much better to live in the present.
Well, like I said before, we are making history as we are here.
Right.
So I suppose the future's not distant of a thought. I think everyone can guess my answer.
I think you have done a lot to be written and remembered down in history, so.
Now here's to helping.
You could always write the book and put it in the library yourself. I'm sure it would stay there for a long time either way.
I feel as though half of us wouldn't, in the technology world, wouldn't have much as their advancements if not for you. I might not understand it, but I know that you were part of making a lot of the creations.
After me.
Yes, engineering is still not something I can wrap my head around. I know you have your business in that line of things, and you make all these small things that are wonderful, and I have to be amazed every single time.
Well, small and big, they support each other at the end of the day.
Could you actually go more into detail about your creations as someone who lived a very isolated life? I don't really know anything about you.
Alright, well, I'll try to keep this brief. I dabble in multiple industries. My greatest breakthrough was, of course, airships. I made quite a grand breakthrough in how they function, and since then they've become, well, used far more in different kingdoms. And of course mostly in ours. Besides
Very
that,
interesting.
I have also made multiple scientific breakthroughs regarding the conduits, the most recent one being the one about connections to conduits. It can also help medically a lot for those who aren't sea monsters and may have any issues breathing. Of course, I'm not on inventions, but just general work. I've improved engines, transport, and such, mostly in regards to trains. I'm always working on ways to improve them. And I also have my own business in regards to smaller trinkets. That I'm mostly known in Courts Solmera for my mechanical birds.
I enjoy them quite a lot.
Very much so.
And if you pay attention to, let's see, do we have anything here of Caribbean tech? Of course, today I don't wear any of my badges and such. Have you ever, on, say, a mechanical hair curler, or, I suppose even any of the, well, any transportation devices, have you ever seen a symbol that's a cog with 2 rows of teeth within it? If you have, that's Caribbean tech, and that is supplied by me.
Very, very interesting. I can't say I've seen that, I'm afraid. But I will be sure to keep a lookout for it now.
But yes, that's... Back to the topic, though.
Oh,
There's the tie. Do not wish for the topic to continue.
no, it's telling us to cut it short.
Perhaps a new topic is in order.
See, we talked about holidays and history, and we talked about religion. I guess this isn't necessarily entirely cultural. Well, I guess it is. I'm curious to know what perhaps what majors you're going into, like advisor and such, and what they represent in your court, perhaps. I think that lines with cultural.
In a sense, especially when it comes to the sorcerers and sorceresses, which is the major I'm going into. They are the ones responsible for holding rituals and giving markings to demons, as it is a very common practice. I'm sure even who's a good example of markings? I feel like either Cassian or Candace.
Yeah.
Cassian has them on his horns, I believe. I'm forgetting what Cassian looks like now.
He does have those purple marks on his horns.
Yes, those are given by sorcerers or sorceresses, and they are the only ones able to determine when markings are earned, and they are essentially a reflection of achievement.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'd assumed that was just a sort of something you're born with.
I did too. I did think it was just a trait.
No, they are very much so intentional and given. Typically, the first one is given during coming of age. I don't know if any of you have something to this similar extent.
Not really. Nothing of that significance in itself. Like, if you've seen Lune 7 with like a short sleeve, he has one of his arms is tattooed, but that isn't I'm sure there's significance to him to it, but it isn't like a culture-wide, this is something that means this.
Well, I'm going for Lady in Waiting. Well, it is more typical with expected of most, I believe, most courts of how they Lady in Waiting's working is. Mostly to help party planning and like festivities, keep the appearance. Nothing too important as like a sorcerer.
I know for us, Lady in Waiting's has a lot of importance. They are, while in hierarchy and technicality, I would say the advisor still ranks above them, but they are someone who advises the lady or lord they serve. Likely an equal amount, if not more. They typically advise more on personal side of things versus the advisor advising on economical or cultural, specifically. But for us, our Lady in Waitings are typically someone we're extremely close to, because it is someone that we are trusting their opinions of.
I see.
I am going for a Lady in Waiting as well. I suppose I am going for that position, but in a way I've been in that position for a while, if that makes sense. At our court, obviously, it varies depending on the noble you serve, and depending on the noble house the lord or lady in waiting is from. That their closeness to whoever they're serving can also vary. For instance, I know I was picked to look after the duchesses and make sure they are looked after well. But I, of course, make sure I serve the duchesses first and foremost, since that is what I was picked to do. And I intend to keep upholding that responsibility, along with, of course, like Lady Riley mentioned, helping to plan the parties and make sure everything is tasked. Oh, and also, I guess sometimes a lord or lady in waiting will work hand in hand with the advisor, since sometimes there's some information that we pick up that could be useful for the advisor to know. After all, being close with the staff of one's court is a job that a lady in waiting must take very seriously, and making sure everybody is doing their due responsibility and that they are all comfortable and as happy as they can be to make sure everything runs efficiently.
It's a very valued position, even if they don't get all the credit they deserve for it, to keep everything running so smoothly. And so I do like your court, or your take on it, since you said it can vary depending on who they're serving.
Indeed.
I must ask, since you two are heirs, if you weren't heirs, what would you aim for?
Well, as Solmera heirs, we, 7 included, all of us started as loons, and we are more or less from a young age raised to fill a specific position. So how Tabali is doing a lot of things with the priests and the church. Initially, I was being raised to more so be a socialite, might be the best word for it. I was going to be more so in charge of diplomatic relations, hosting nobles that came to our region, or our own nobles for events, and coordinating and throwing those events. So that's why I still have a heavy hand in hosting the events, because that is what I was raised to do prior to me becoming the soul. So if I wasn't, that would be, I guess, Lady in Waiting would be where I would fall into, I suppose. But event planner and coordinating things.
And what is the process for picking a soul?
Well, from a young age, it's pretty much our father would watch us, and 7 is the oldest sibling, so he was previously the sole pick, but he was a loon for most of his life as well. And since I was being raised to be more of a socialite and Tavali had the church ongoings, it was only natural that as the eldest, he was picked to be our next solace. But when it came down to him not winning the position and deciding between me and Tavali, it's Tavali has the promises to the church, and mine are just gatherings and such, so it made more sense, I suppose, for me to take on the role.
I see.
But yes, when picking a soul, it's, I suppose, technicality requirements is they have to have the twin-tailed trait and be related to the Solmera family. But it is most often chosen from the children.
Does that imply there are other folk with twin tails other than the Solmeros?
Yes. In very rare cases, other just children are born with the two tails, indicating that they were just born very blessed. In that case, usually perhaps a noble family might decide to take them in. Very rarely the Solmera family ourselves would take in that child, but most usually they would go to the church.
So it has never happened, but I suppose if it came to a point that myself, Tavali, or Seven were all incapable of being soul, they would seek out a disciple of the church, most likely that has the twin-tailed trait, to be trained into the position, unless there is a relative of ours that is closer related that could, if there was no other option, because it is, our soulless position is also a religious role. It is, they have the blessings of the sun and moon, so they are guiding our court.
Most interesting.
I know your court has, I forget the technical term for it, but I know you do voting for your heirs, no?
Yes.
How does
We
that all go for it?
Well, typically, the high chancellor. Well, most of the time, whoever it is currently, their children is technically high chancellor until later on when the voting, which I believe Caspian is voted in, and he is now technically in next line, I guess you could say, in typical terms.
I see. So does the voting just happen every, like, once a generation, or is it on a timer of sort? Is it just whenever or is it like the High Chancellor has their children, when their children's of age, like another vote is held? Or is it something different?
I believe it is 5 years, I believe. Every 5 years there'll be a vote between all the districts.
I see.
And since it is a voting system, does that imply that it not only has to remain within the family, that other families can participate? And what qualifications are required for them to participate in such a voting process?
Well, I think a lot of people who've been training, but ones who want to be voting, a lot of them will have to go training at such a young age to be ready for the position, and then showing proof to the rest of the districts that they can do it, I guess. Since it is open to majority everyone, I guess. But because of how closely, not really closely knit, but how much words can spread about everyone's invention, achievements, spread around the Everthorne, it helps a lot with words.
I see. Interesting.
That is interesting. I know we are also very merit-based on, while we do positions can be passed down, it is you have to prove yourself for them. We don't have noble families that do nothing. If they don't contribute to the region, they don't And if they harm the region, most definitely they don't keep their title.
It's understandable.
So everyone plays a role, and some families are more experienced in, I suppose, like clothing and textiles, while others, like the Lafayettes, are pharmaceutical based. Apologies. Most of our noble families, if you go by their name, you can figure out a business or some type of charitable work that they do that makes them deserving of their merit.
It's understandable.
Yeah, I saw is that else?
Pardon?
Or did how's yours work? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, when it comes to the current Duke, it is passed down to the Duke's children. Typical monarchy, I guess you could say. Personally, there hasn't been any changes since Grand Duke Draven Ondine first came into power. The very first Ondine to unite the other houses and clans and to make Court Cerulean to join the Thorne Concord. And ever since then, his ancestors have taken up the head of Grand Duke or Duchess. So it is just a line of succession through blood. In terms of the various noble factions around, or whoever stepped into nobility, which, depending on what you brought to the table, can put you in a noble position. Back then, when everything was still being formed, that is. My household, as an example, the Nereids threw in their lot when they decided to join the Thorne Concord to be loyal to the Grand Duke Ondine and Court Cerulean, and have served them since. Though I have had to take over my household at a young age. And with that, while my responsibilities and duties are always to my duchesses, I also have to balance making sure my household, my estate, and everybody who works there are adequately cared for, and making sure everything is handled, as I'm sure every other noble here has to do, even if they are not fully in charge of their house yet.
I do think everyone, if they have people relying on them, when it comes to being nobility, if you're employing them or if they're in your territory, that you should be caring for them. So that is impressive.
Indeed. Though it is different from house to house. I tend to think that way along with my family. Other noble houses can either continue to do the line of succession through blood, or if there is somebody we are fond of who we know is good at their job and have the qualities of a leader, we can also appoint them as a successor to our household, or give them the name, and they can change the name of the household to their name. It would still be in the history books, of course, but it would be written down. That is very rare, however. But it really also depends if there's anyone left to take the name.
Yes, in regards to Cerulean, I think you're all starting to realize we're very much not so culturally the same, depending on the region.
Perhaps the last 2 seats should have been filled by more members of your court, so we get it to be more diversity on it. It is interesting to learn. I like seeing how different families run different ways.
Well, the most common people that are here are, of course, from the Imperial Sea, and in that regard, that culture is fairly similar. However, it would be a lie to say that things don't differ if, say, you were to go a few miles off from the Imperial Sea. Suddenly, you might encounter very different things.
There certainly is no correct way to oversee a house or to do certain things. I do think it always varies depending on happenstance and environment. So
there are some legal, of course, restrictions to how things should be run. Documents need to be passed by correctly. Everything has to apply to general Cerulean law. And if certain boundaries are crossed, then, well, you can very much get arrested and someone else will be put to rule in your place, or you may be punished through, well, the loss of your voice.
Interesting.
Is that a common punishment?
Well, it's quite severe. However, if you can't, well, if your voice isn't being used to well, give commands that are beneficial to your area, if you are being treasonous, or, well, there are plenty of crimes where this could be used. It's quite serious, but for either a temporary amount of time or permanent, your voice could be taken from you.
I see.
It is, after all, a very strong weapon to use to gain favor. However, if your crime is seen to that you have done the bad, then your voice will be gone, to prevent you from trying to dissuade others or try to rope others into your deeds for the future.
Regards to justice are very literal in a sense. It's a very restoring balance type situation. If you have committed a crime, the punishment will be sought out to balance what you've done. If you've stolen, you must pay.
An eye for an eye
If you've
type of deal.
harmed, yes. If you've harmed, harm will come to you. If you've spoken in a way that has caused severe harm, then the tool with which you have caused that harm will be taken from you. Of course, only when the law has been broken.
I see, that is interesting, hearing about other court punishments. I would say ours... I want to say ours are more traditional, but I know traditional just applies to us. But a lot of our laws are more standardized with their punishments, but of course, the more severe the consequence. The typical things. Nobility is the one that comes into play of being, I guess, more severe. How you mentioned, if you take something for another, your punishment would be for them to have to give something back. For us, it's if like one of our nobles is to misuse the taxes of their people in their territory, or if they are profiting off the suffering of their people, their assets are fully seized and the assets are distributed between those who are harmed by it, while a new lord or lady would be put in place over the area.
You know, for our court, we have something slightly similar to how you are. We have technically a law of the voice, which is typically also if it's someone's losing for misfortune or it's being falsehood or slander, it'd be the punishment is loss of public standing. Everyone will know that you're not to be trusted in a way.
I do have a question regarding how other courts sees authorized duels of sorts. I know, Solmera, we have a system in place for duels, but typically we actually do not do combat duels. We'll do like duels of the arts, crafts, trades, anything of the sort, unless it just truly cannot be settled without two people wanting to swing blades at one another. But do your courts practice dueling? I know Bloodwyn has I believe it's a duel of honor.
I'm not too sure for Cindralune. To be fair, I'm not very... how do I put this? I don't go outside very often, so I'm not too sure of how much of the outside world works other than traditions.
I don't think we have any like dueling like that, something. But we definitely I don't think so, in my opinion. I don't think there's any such thing about it.
This is a difficult question, honestly.
Apologies.
They mostly happen between knights or people who wish to become knights or soldiers, as it's quite the beneficial career path. They are very often used during celebrations as a demonstration of strength, but it really depends on the person. It's not really an integral part of our culture. It's simply not discouraged either, as long as it's authorized, fully agreed on, and of course there's a doctor on site.
Yes, it also depends again on the region and the type of clan, I suppose, or whatever their beliefs are in terms of fighting. However,
Laws-wise, it's not discouraged nor encouraged.
before we became an official court and formed together sea monsters, if you wanted to fight someone, you simply fought them. There wasn't much else to it, which might be seen as quite... I don't know what word I should use here. I suppose more so a natural thing for a predator to do. If another predator encroaches on their territory, you just fight. You don't ask questions. But
Yes.
through slow evolution, it's more of a... there is more honor behind it now, and more rules in different scenarios. But it is not a big thing we typically have. There is no honorific duel we have in the history books that people go through.
I suppose since ours aren't directly related to combat all the time is why ours might be more common. You'll see it in cases like noble families, perhaps two are wanting to bid on the same thing and can't reach a compromise on a contract of sorts, so instead they will have a paint-off or something of the others, and I think that does play into us being very merit-based on people having their talents. Even commoners will... For the non-combat duels, it doesn't need a lot of regulation to it. There has to be an overseer, of course, but if it is a combat one, it does have to have physical paperwork approval to go through. Commoners I don't really see ever doing combat duels, but you'll see them doing the more calmer options. And it's not even always to settle disagreements. It might just be more of a good fun on two people who are planting and who grows the biggest pumpkin, I suppose. It's encouraged friendly competition. It's just whenever it gets violent that it's strict.
See. I suppose another reason we don't really have that is because we each know similar, kind of rare of our own strengths and weaknesses in a way. In a way of just who not to mess with.
As I see competition in a way as a way for people to have motivation to improve. So if them having friendly competitions means overall they might produce better quality products for others in the region to enjoy, I will always encourage it.
That does sound like a very beneficial thing to have. Perhaps we should also start encouraging fellow sea monsters to partake in things like that.
Perhaps. Nothing wrong with a little bit of friendly competition.
Perhaps you'll find
could always
more impressive engineers that way.
Challenge people to making trinkets.
It definitely does sound interesting.
That might be a little rigged in one side, but it would encourage them to get better.
I mean, Katharina, you know that I've participated in, well, in Solmera duels before.
Oh, most definitely, but if it's going to be more common within your own court, challenging a friend or two.
I would love for them to appear in Courts Cerulean more often because I think they're absolutely magnificent. And well, I'm not much of a fighter.
I know I've hosted tea parties before with other nobles in my region where the premise is all of us making tea and deciding whose tea was best steeped and brewed.
Oh, how I would love to
Well.
participate in one of those.
Well, if you want some, if you want competitions in Cerulean, I will say, the noble houses have the most extravagant fashion competitions you will ever see. When gravity works very different underwater, you will see some very different outfits.
That is very fair. I know the times where I am in the water, it's very floaty. My hair and my flowy clothes, so
I
it does sound
also
very interesting.
have found that on land, more clothes are typically the norm, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of poofier
Well.
gowns for sure.
So that's our own way of making fashion statements. The more fabric there is, the more we can decor it. I know Cindralune has... It was hanfus and such. What other type of traditional clothing do you see in your region?
It's mainly hanfus or chipals. Chipals. Another way to say it, cheongsam. They are more traditional clothes. They are it depends on what you wear. Hanfus tend to be more flowy, as chipals are more modern and sleek.
I know whenever I attended, I went with a hanfu because I do like the flowrier and layered fabric a lot. So it was very appealing.
I'm glad you did. There are very, very different styles. If it wasn't the Lunar New Year festival, you could also see colors in black and white. Not all of them are super traditional in a sense, as many people do customize it in a way, but that is just the typical.
Understandable. Fashion is about creativity and taking your spin on things, so if it isn't a situation that calls for it to be purely traditional, I would be happy to see things that are done with a spin. I think it makes them interesting. But with that, I'm going to wrap up the tea party. I did enjoy learning a lot from all of you and talking with you. You're more than welcome to help yourself with more treats from the coffer. I made it for all of you, so take whatever you please.
Lovely.
Yes. I would love to eventually make tea with you, Lady Leviathan, and I would love to see more of your cultural clothing. I know what hanfus look like, but I wouldn't be able to identify the others.
Well, I am wearing a teapot right now.
Oh, I see.
I would
The other was a Kipo? What was the other one? I'm sorry.
Teapot.
Chipao. Okay.
I would very much enjoy making tea with you, Lady Katerina. I also do have a tea club, if you are interested.
I would be. I know at one point I saw one of your meetings, but I had other obligations. I couldn't attend.
No, I'm afraid you've been misinformed. I actually have yet to hold a meeting yet.
It was after a culinary class, I believe, or that never happened. So I suppose it wasn't officially a club meeting and more
No,
of
it was more so anybody who wished to come learn to make tea. It was not official yet. It wasn't
see.
until your festival that I put together a sign-up sheet and everything to make it more so official. I just had time to set everything up. But I do have a book listed of different types of teas and their effects. So if there's one plant I am familiar with, it's tea plants and their various effects.
Please do
Perhaps
add me
in
to
the
that
future.
list.
Certainly. The sign-up book is, I believe, still outside the club room if anybody is interested. I know Lady
I will
Riley
have to
and
check it out.
Lady DiMartino are part of it. Forward to
We'll have to have a joint thing at some point, because I know one of my club meetings for botany, I was planning to go over... I want to talk about botany in general, and one thing that you see flowers used a lot in is tea.
Indeed.
So
I would certainly love that.
a joint discussion would be fun to do.
Of course. Just let me know a time and day, and I would be happy to. Oh, and I do mention that if anything done last minute or if any tea or baked goods need, I do like to cater. So,
I see. Yes, thank you all for attending today. It was very joyful seeing all your faces. I hope you have a pleasant rest of your evenings.
Thank you for hosting.
Thank you for hosting.
Thank you so much
Thank you
for
for
hosting.
hosting.
Of course.
It was an honor to be here.
Indeed.
I would love some more spring rolls. I don't get enough of these.
I love making them.
I'm glad.
Okay.
They can be very difficult to make sometimes.
I like spring rolls and I like cabbage rolls, so I always make sure I make them in tandem.
I love the cabbage rolls. They are quite delicious. The cookies.
Thank you very much for the invitation. Farewell.
Of course. Farewell.
Thank you.
Bye.
I look forward to this again, hopefully. Oh goodness. This
Do
was
you want me to show
lovely.
you? Do you want me to show you the sign up?
What?
You want me to-
So, Levy, I need the true review. How was the tea?
Oh, it was actually quite marvelous. I've had this tea before. Their sun-infused tea was a new taste, since it is from Courts Solmera.
I see. And with your perfect scrutinizing review of it, though, as an expert.
To be honest with you, it is quite hard to scrutinize a tea that I have yet to come across.
Ah,
Since this is from Courts Solmera, I recognize a couple flavors mixed in, but there is a particular flavor that I am unfamiliar with. And
Really?
I did inquire about it once, but I don't think I got a clear answer. So perhaps I will have to inquire further, or read books on Solmera's culture for tea. The sun-infused teas quite literally gives me a warm feeling. Not the typical hot feeling that you'd get when drinking tea, but something more.
like lying in the sun,
Quite literally.
which happens to be setting, I suppose.
It begs to question if there is a type of flower in their region that is specific they use for this tea.
Maybe. You know, here's the thought. You know those nether flowers that are very hot to the touch? Do you think maybe?
Hi. Honestly, I don't
if
believe
not-
nether flowers. I believe it is a Solmeran flower region specific.
Maybe.
But that does actually give me an idea. I wonder if
Tell me everything and I can be your test subject.
Oh dear, no.
Please, 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 I really want to try it, whatever your idea is. You love me, right?
I do. How can you handle spicy?
Then you let me try it. I can handle I love spicy!
You're not just saying that to say it, are you?
No, I'm really not.
Okay.
I've eaten an entire ghost pepper once before.
Oh my goodness, Stella.
Just-
No, you
just-
should not do that.
I did, and I was fine enough after a bit.
Uh,
Genuinely, though, my spice tolerance is very high. And that's not me overestimating, it actually is.
Alright, well,
I take spicy food as a challenge.
in that case, there is a couple of interesting plants in another that I am not a botanist. Perhaps I should join the botany club. Maybe I can learn about more flowers that can be used in teas.
Maybe.
I think it would be a good idea, actually. I want to experiment with some flowers in the nether to see if I can make an infusion tea of them. Perhaps maybe a spicy type of tea, similar to bangled spice, but maybe a bit hotter for some demons that can handle it. I'm not one for spice, however, though, so me testing it would not be beneficial since I
I'll
think...
test it. I'll test it, I'll test it, I'll test it!
Alright, but I do hope to also find a couple demons to test it. I know sometimes some of them have a very high spice tolerance. So,
Oh.
Oh yes, Cindralune food, nothing quite like it.
I'm afraid some of their food was a bit too spicy for me, but the orange slices were delicious. Oh, and I do want to try to see if there are other plants in the nether that I can use that give off various effects in teas, medical-wise. I just need to make sure the flavor doesn't taste like bitter medicine.
That would make sense.
And I missed this expedition, but I know the Adventure Club went to the end. If there's any plants in the end, I would also like to experiment with them to see if they can make any type of tea.
I'll grab some for you.
Well, I wouldn't know what to ask you to grab.
I'll go around, just go to the end, and just grab a bunch of things.
I think I grabbed something from the end that Where did I put it? I grabbed something that was the time we all went together for the general expedition. I don't know if I left it in one of my bags, however. Oh dear, where did it go? Perhaps I did not. Oh, maybe I left it back in the dorm somewhere. I don't believe I have it on me.
Nattie?
Indeed. I'm shocked. Oh, wait. Ah, it was in the other bag. The preem sapling and the crystal shard I got from the end. I don't know if there's any other flora I missed, however.
I'm also really poison resistant, so if it's poisonous, I won't die.
Alright. Just be careful.
Stairs!
No, I meant, never mind. I hope Artoria's doing alright.
I hope so too.
I tried my best to stitch up some of her wounds.
Oh, I suppose, Levy. Do you know who was, on the day of everything happening, aware of her being there?
Well, I probably wouldn't even have known if I hadn't coincidentally come across them all coming onto the path. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you, Della. I feel as though I hardly know anything that goes on in my own court these days. Until last minute, or if until I run into it with my own eyes.
Well,
But
it's been quite chaotic here.
to answer your question, I know that originally they were trying to find a way around, but they just wanted to get her to the medbay as quickly as possible and ran past a group. I believe Canderous was nearby. I can't remember the other person. When we got to the medbay, I was shocked to find that Lord Leonidas was in one of the rooms occupied, because the second room was said to be occupied by Castiel, and the third room is the cursed room. So, I believe Lord Leonidas, I believe Lady Riley, Paxton, Lady Daphne, Lady DiMartino, Canderous, the Headmaster, Finn, myself, Silas, the Crown Duchess, Duchess Waverly.
Oh my goodness, hold on. So from the top.
Canderous, Lady Daphne, Lady Riley, Lord Leonidas, the Headmaster, of course, obviously, the Crown Duchess, Duchess Waverly, myself, Finn,
Oh my goodness.
Lady DiMartino, Paxton, and, I believe Lord Dante.
Oh my goodness! What about who saw the argument between Finn and Morel?
I didn't even know there was an argument between the two. Was there?
Ah. Someone placed you there for it.
Pardon?
Someone said you were there to see it.
I saw nothing. It must have happened while I was still inside the room with Artoria. Or after, I'm not sure. I was talking. I was busy stitching up her wounds. The only thing I heard was the talk between Artorius and Canderous.
Well, I suppose that would make sense. Do you reckon that they could have heard it then?
We were in a private group. Unless, of course, they did. I don't know. They didn't say anything if they did, and I honestly think that they were in a private group because Canderous said some things that I was shocked he'd say in front of me. With me in the room there, at least.
Such as?
I don't
Well,
know.
we're gossiping now.
I don't know if it's my place to say, though.
please, now I'm curious.
It sounded something akin to the relationship between Candace and Artoria. All I will say is that I don't believe it is simply boiled down to friendship.
Levy, you need to understand how much I now need to know.
I don't want... It is a private matter between those two, and, well, Candace did say he is not afraid to say it in other company, with myself in the room, but even
Well, then it
so-
shouldn't be a problem that I hear about it, should it?
I know, but I do not wish for it to spread. You wouldn't spread it, right?
No, I won't.
Well, honestly, I feel as though I was watching a... How do I put this? He didn't say the words, but I felt as though Candace was trying to confess something to her. Without saying it actually, if that makes sense.
Really?
Something about how I believe he was trying to convey his feelings toward her without actually saying the words, such as, honestly, I believe he quite likes her, but he didn't say the words, I like you, more so that along the lines of, I wish to explore these feelings more type of thing. I guess it was hard to piece together because he said it in such a way that you could get what he was trying to say, but also confuses one.
I see. Well, then, that is interesting. I mean, to summarize, it was between Morel and Finn, it was an issue of he wasn't really following her orders.
How come?
He was opposing her on wishing to see what was going on, I believe. Or
But
something of the matter.
that is strange. She is the Crown Duchess trying to check up on her. She should be one of the few people to be allowed to see Artoria.
Yes, however, it does seem that Finn has certain issues of authority. As between you and me, he seems to have no regrets about it either.
What I don't understand is him allowing me into the room at times. But I suppose I was treating Artoria.
I suppose so.
I cannot claim to know what Finn is thinking, but being that she is the Crown Duchess trying to check up on one of her people, she should have been allowed.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know.
I think people need to begin to understand her authority more, especially within our court. They need to understand that she's soon to be our ruler, hopefully at least. And that also relies on people working with her.
Well, I would like to offer my advice, but I have not a clue the things that she is doing. Not that it is any of my concern, of course, but as her lady-in-waiting, or potential prospect lady-in-waiting at least. I just know that if the Crown Duchess does wish for more people to heed her orders, she needs to start talking to everybody one-on-one to gain their individual respect.
I think that is a good idea for her to do.
And also not just take the opinion of one person over the other, but she needs to come up with her own decision. Of course, she will not be able to make everyone happy, and that is something she will have to learn that she has to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well. I think you did help me out here. Actually, I know. Oh,
The
did you?
tide.
think I'm about to sneeze. Hold on.
Bless you.
Never mind. I'll take the blessing. Right. I want to ask one more thing. Do you know why Castiel's in the medical wing?
No, I do not.
I see. That's very helpful, actually. Investigations.
I see.
What are your thoughts on the cost of trust?
In general?
Oh, the book, yes.
What book?
Why do you think I was asking you all these odd questions?
I don't know. You ask me a lot of questions all the time.
Actually, yes, good point.
What book?
Well, it's the newest Mistress Fable book.
Pardon? I don't even know who wrote the last one. Have we still not caught the person? And you said new Mistress A Fable. There's a...
Well, to the contrary, actually, I did catch the first one.
Oh. Who was it?
Well, it's a bit more private, so we'd better not speak of this out here.
I see. Perhaps we can go to your office, maybe?
Perhaps.
I can look at this there.
Though I don't think you'll be happy to hear it.
What on earth happened now?
Well, no, it was what happened then.
No, I meant the portraits.
Oh!
There's Royal Code homework, though we haven't
Yeah,
had
I
a
was.
class in ages.
I wrote it down, but I wrote it down bad.
Hello.
I have it written down.
What happened to the portraits again? What?
We're admiring them.
I'm very bad. Miss Stella, look. Beautiful.
You even have little claws.
Yeah.
Oh, wait! Oh! Oh, I love that.
For some reason, the headmaster feels
it looks
very
just
fitting.
like me. Look at that.
Wait. Beautiful.
Perfect. Are the cat photos in the equestrian hallways still the little creatures?
I think so.
Sigh meows.
Sigh meows?
Yes.
They're interesting little specimens.
But they're so polite.
They are seen very politely.
I wonder why they didn't change the Falean picture at all.
Perhaps because it is so accurate.
Well, everyone
I've
else
never seen the
had their
headmaster on the
pictures
floor.
changed.
I have.
And this is just the same picture as it's always
Stella
been.
scared him.
Oh,
During the dance circle.
dance?
Oh yes, he being called old a lot. He was having a crisis, and then the Stella came up from behind him, and then he screamed and terrified you.
Oh, I see.
That was so long ago.
It was.
Wait, why are we bringing it up?
I haven't seen the headmaster on the floor like this photo seems to
Oh,
be
yeah.
reflecting.
That's the only time I remember seeing him on the floor.
He did fall over.
A senior moment, I see. Really tragic.
I like to think that he was simply flawed by my beauty.
No, I think it's definitely the old age. He's
I
very
agree.
Like when he didn't hear my neigh and I had to do it again during horsey class.
exactly. Old old people moment.
Everyone else heard it. Everyone else
yeah.
but him.
Yeah.
That was you're the closest to him too, so
I was right by him.
Perhaps he simply wanted to get in.
Selective
He was
hearing.
lying.
I think
Well,
he was
we
so
are passing
pressed.
through, so please excuse us.
Alright. We were also gonna look at the points. I was curious if they have updated.
Ah. All right. Oh, yep, of course.
Oh my.
Your tails are
Excuse me. I was trying to open the door.
Alright. Also, what happened?
Yes? I
In
just
your...
opened the window.
No, there was a couple holes in your window in your room when I was changing in there earlier.
Oh, it's from... See, at a certain point I'd dropped a candle and it set fire to my office.
Oh dear.
And the window's cracked from the heat.
Well, I'm glad everything is alright.
Was quite a while ago by now.
I see. Right. Regarding this book, who wrote the last one?
Technically, it was a combination. It was a bit of a combination of Aqua and Serena.
Duchess Aqua and Serena. Who is
Who's not going
Serena?
to be a high sorcerer?
Ah. Wait, what does she have to do with this?
Well, the mind controlled Aqua to do so.
Mind controlled?
Indeed.
Such a thing is possible.
Yes. As a matter of fact, a quite common way for Courts Cerulean to be in control of their own subjects.
What?
Though only the high-standing ones.
You say that, but I know for a fact my family was never in such dire straits.
Well, your family was loyal, was it not?
Yes, but that is just an awful thing to do, though. To control someone
Well.
against their will, and restrict their own decision-making.
It's what happened.
And did Duchess
Yes.
Aqua know this?
It's why she's gone. She's run away.
I see. I knew she'd run away, but I didn't know why.
She'd run away so as not to cause harm to anyone within our court. At least that's what we know.
Is there anyone else within our court that suffered the same thing as her?
Well, if there is, then it wouldn't really be a matter for myself to reveal.
But shouldn't we try to figure out, just to... Isn't this something that should be investigated immediately?
Gar is fully aware of who is and isn't mind controlled.
again with the Grand Duke.
He's not my Grand Duke anymore. You know this, Levy.
I am just tired of hearing all these things that the Grand Duke has supposedly done without any concrete evidence.
Well, I told you you wouldn't like to hear about this.
No, considering the fact that it does not have any evidence. And even so, if these are matters that the Grand Duke has done, I do not understand why it is not being looked into to get evidence for and then presented to other court members and the other nobility.
Well, Levy, would you like for me to return to the Imperial scene? And see what happens?
You're not the only one who can go back, Della. And it should not rely on you to reveal all of this.
Well, most wouldn't have the... Most would be afraid to do so. The evidence was within the book, the original Mistress Fable book that was found. And the fact that Duchess Aqua had no recollection of ever doing it. The knowledge that the runes upon her arms were put there by the royal sorcerer. And the fact that before my family died, the Grand Duke sent me a final warning.
It just does not make sense.
Then tell me to stop talking. I love you, Levy. Really do. But if you wish for me to be honest with you, you must understand that honesty will not be something you might like. Don't stand before a friend of God anymore, you stand before an enemy of Courts Cerulean. It's who I now am, not by choice. And I protect those who are here of Courts Cerulean because I still respect those. But I'm certain, if I were to return to Courts Cerulean again, to Courts Cerulean proper, my head would be on the ground while my body still stands.
I'm sorry, but until I am given physical, proper evidence, I cannot take sides.
Right.
It is all of the things I have been learning the past couple months have been in waves and droves, and none of it has been backed up. My own court can't
Very
even
well.
prove to me anything. So you can understand
to
my
try?
hesitation in all this.
Do you wish for me to try?
Della, you are my friend, and I believe things you tell me. But when it comes to the matters of our court and somebody who saved my life, and yes, multiple people have told me things. Multiple people have given me things that one would immediately jump and say to go against them, but I have been given no physical proof. Nothing concrete. And I question these motivations. For instance, why Grand Duke Gar wants Duchess Morel home so bad. What are the reasons for the Duke doing this, besides having complete control over Courts Cerulean? when it appears he already had that. For the most part.
Because his rule of it has been shaken.
How so?
I have connections. And through those connections, I have learned plenty of the dark things that the Grand Duke has done. Some gravely horrific. And this is... Well, in this school year, I was sent here with a command. Tell me, Levy. If it's of things of my own experience, will you trust my word? Or do you believe I'd lie to you?
I do not believe you would lie to me, but I need proof, Della. I just need it. I mean,
Gar sent me here with a demand, an order given to me verbally, to rig the points. To assure the victory of the court through any means necessary. Even if it was cheating. I did not do so. I decided to remain fair in my judgments, as this is something that will impact the future of all the courts. And also in part because I didn't believe Morel to be ready.
that is
Do
the
you
one
believe that?
thing I don't understand. If he wishes for Morel to win this crown, including to the point of asking you to rig the points, why call her back?
Because she has gone against him. The blood conduit. He ordered me not to do it. However, Morel ordered me to proceed. And I chose to follow Morel's orders. He ordered me not to do it because he was going to put his own scientists on it. And he wished for me to remain focused on rigging the points. Ensuring our victory no matter what. I'll make a group. Just in case. When I highlighted that I wish to continue my conduit research because of the great service it would do to sea monsters, what he did was he had his guards throw me to the ground, grabbed me by the face and reminded me that he was in charge. No, I don't have any physical proof for you, Levy. But if you want to see his true colors, just try to oppose him in any even slight way, and you'll see what happens next. I can't convince you further. I'm sorry.
And I am sorry that while I may believe everything you have told me, until the Grand Duke himself has done something, or if he orders me other things to do that gives me evidence of his deeds, I just simply can't wrap my head around it.
Very well.
But that does not mean
You must
I
understand.
won't do anything towards you all. My duty. That is another thing I can't wrap my head around. He ordered me to not only look after the Duchesses, but to protect them. So it does not make sense for me. And I intend to follow that order through to the last.
Well. Then it would seem for the time being, unfortunately, we are enemies. Though that doesn't lessen my love for you. But
Just
you
because.
must understand, that's probably why you've known little of what's been going on.
Is it because you all are afraid that I will turn on you the moment?
Yes, Levy.
I believe every single one of you, including the Grand Duke, forget my place. I am but a lady in waiting. I am the heir of House Nereids. I have no power to turn against either of you. Sure, I may answer to Gar, but his orders were to protect his duchesses. That was the only order he has ever given me. So if he were to retract that order and order me something else, that would be all the proof I need of his deeds. As of now, I've been not given any orders. I have not been acknowledged at all. I am forgotten about, like the wallflower I am. So do not call me your enemy. I am neither an enemy, nor I am an ally. I am simply existing, like I always have, like I always will.
And if he were to give such an order, would you shield your eyes, or would you believe it's him?
I would believe it's him. Because any order that comes from him has his seal. That you cannot fake. Any order House Nereids has ever gotten contains the Grand Duke's seal, or Grand Duchess. We are only given orders when it is most important. Other than that, our loyalty is but just another drop in the ocean to enforce Courts Cerulean's rule. House Nereids doesn't provide much else other than that. After all, there's only one me left. I am the most easiest to get rid of. So, the reason why I find this hard to believe is the fact that I haven't been gotten rid of yet.
I see. I do apologize if my statement was misunderstood. Because even though by our loyalties we are enemies, it doesn't make me love you any less.
I do not like being called an enemy, Della.
Well, you aren't mine.
I would prefer not to be anyone's.
You are not my enemy. I am simply yours. I must be honest with my opposition to Gar. It's as simple as that.
Della, just because you are Gar's enemy does not make you mine. Yes, I have a hard time believing all this, and yes, I am still under his command. But I will not oppose you in what you do. For I have not received orders from the man. So how can I? And if he does send me orders, it is not but just confirmation of all the deeds you have told me about. So, for now, I am simply neutral. And I serve my duchesses. I was commanded to do so. So, if Duchess Morel has become an enemy of her own father, I suppose I have no choice but to follow her, since that was what I was ordered to do. Quite a conundrum for him, don't you think?
Isn't it? You know, Levy, I'm at least relieved to hear that.
House Nereids might have remained faithful and loyal to the Undine family for years, but is Duchess Morel and Duchess Waverly not Undines?
That's true. They are.
So, and the whole reason we threw our lot in with the Undines is because Draven Undine had a vision we respected and wanted to follow. And we also wanted peace for the fellow Leviathans, though over the years that peace did not happen, and we were turned against. Still, we remain ever loyal, and that does not change with me. As long as the ideals of an Undine, like such as Draven, are upheld, there is no reason for us not to be loyal. It is a question of which Undine is willing to uphold those ideals.
And I'm relieved. But it would really suck to just be on opposite sides. You know, I was like really hoping no, and it would really suck. And I was like bracing myself. You know, I was bracing myself in my heart. I was like, I just don't want to not be friends though. I'd be so sad. I was thinking like, can we do this without like not being friends? That's a relief. I'd cry. That's what would happen. I would cry.
I understand. I would be upset as well. But I understand, Duchess Morel, and your case tell us that you all would not do this without good reason. So forgive me, though, that I need time and proof for this. From my perspective, it is just...
I wish I had more to give you. The problem is... it fell into the void.
I see. So all this time, I imagine someone like you wouldn't have left his deeds undocumented. That's why I'm shocked I didn't have proof sooner.
It fell into the void.
And you did not think to make copies?
No, I did not. Technically, some things would be, but I'm presently scattered. You're aware of what happened to the Charybdins.
I understand.
And now we are scattered between courts.
Yes, well, I've yet to hear anything from Garandine himself. So for now,
Besides,
I just remain
once
neutral.
upon a time when I was still loyal, it would have been foolish to document everything, don't you think?
Well, actually, I wouldn't think so. I'm more shocked that it wasn't done sooner. A ruler is watched every moment and every minute. I am well aware of this, considering I watch every nobility at a party. They are always judged based on how they carry themselves and their deeds. So the fact that if somebody suspected something considering along the lines of harming one's fellow subject, or even treason, it ought to be written down and documented immediately, and investigated. I mean, that is, after all, how tyrants are built.
Well, what power did I really have, don't you? I hold a lot of power nowadays, but once upon a time I was just a 15-year-old girl who was at the mercy of the goodness of our Duke.
So you can understand how I feel at present moment.
That's why I hold no anger towards you, no matter what you do.
I cannot do anything. Even if I was ordered from both sides to do something, I couldn't. I could never. I'd rather soon give myself up to the servant than let that happen.
Don't do that. No matter what happens next, don't do that.
I'll try not to.
I'll always be here.
Of course.
You have a need to run away.
Well, disregarding all of this heavy political talk and picking sides about this
Yes.
Mistress A Fable, I believe I should read this now. And do you suspect who could have written this one? I imagine
I have several suspects.
Of course. Well, I am sure that you are on the case.
That I am.
Should I read this out loud for posterity's sake?
It's 80 pages. I recommend you take your time on your own. I've read it enough times to wish to throw up.
I see. Is there a place where I
Besides,
should look
I
at
should
specifically?
Our own court's notes are definitely of note. The Solmera is honestly a skip.
Honestly, Della, just tell me something to read out loud. I think I deserve to lighten the mood with something.
Okay, find yourself in...
Myself?
Yes.
I
Trust
was
me.
written about. I'm afraid I wouldn't know where to look.
Cerulean section.
Do they have it sectioned off? Oh, by color.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Cerulean is... Oh, that was Cindralune, Bloodwyn. Ah, here we are.
I believe... Let's see... Oh, yes. Yours is on page 67.
67.
Yes. Trust me.
Oh dear. Additionally, Lady Leviathan has spent almost as much time switching between masculine and feminine appearance as she has been making tea. To keep up with such production with this author can only wonder if Lady Leviathan uses any organic material at all, perhaps relying on pardon? To make as much tea as she does, or worse yet, is it possible that the male form of Leviathan, Lord Levy, is actually her secret brother? Oh my goodness. I normally don't laugh in this form, but this is just too... oh no. I will admit, if I did have a brother, they certainly would look like that. I look close to my father in that form, so I imagine they wouldn't be far off. But that is outrageous.
I can't believe you had a secret brother and didn't tell me.
Oh, I wish I did. Spending time in public only to give her the necessary time she needs to concoct as much tea as possible. I already make so much tea. Why would I need to do it in secret? God, of all these things, she has a question of point. This is ridiculous. And to accuse me of lacing my tea with nefarious things. Why, I might be a fan of tea and may know a thing or two about the occasional poison, but I would never, ever bring shame to tea by lacing it with harmful substances. I use it only to heal. And actually, quite to the contrary, harmful substances can be reverse engineered to make a useful substance in tea for medical properties.
Mm-hmm.
Why, I'd say this author knows not what they're talking about.
I don't know. I'm just betrayed that you wouldn't tell me about your brother.
I wish I had one, Della. At least I wouldn't be alone. Honestly. Though, to think they haven't even seen me in the same room. Of course you haven't, because I'm the same person. Though I can admit the misunderstanding with how drastic the personality change can be, depending. But it is simply easier to go about in that form with that type of being able to express myself more.
I just can't believe you saw me having all... You remember when I was looking for a partner? I can't believe you saw that happen and didn't introduce me to your brother.
First off, if I had a brother, they most certainly would be younger than me. Therefore not appropriate.
Well, depends how much younger, but yes.
Quite significantly, I would say.
And how do you know they'd be younger than you?
I know for a fact I am the firstborn. Mainly because my father did not wish for my mother to have any more children after me.
See, so perhaps you have a secret older brother.
Did you not hear what I just said? There is absolutely no way. It is mainly because he hated seeing my mother in so much pain. Besides, knowing what I am, it is a risk to have siblings.
Why so?
The potential outbreak of fighting.
I see.
You can imagine two angry toddlers, if you will. And then imagine that, but they went on a killing spree.
I see, yes, that would be a bit problematic.
Indeed. Though perhaps, maybe, if I was much older and they were still alive, perhaps I would have had more family. But they were never been able to give in that option.
I see.
Though, if I did have a secret elder brother, I would be shocked that my parents wouldn't leave clues for me to find them. Considering, well, it is dangerous for Leviathans to be together, it is also as equally as dangerous for us to be apart.
And I would be shocked that you never set us up.
I wouldn't even know how old they were. They could still very well be that maybe, perhaps I would have a twin brother. They might be the same age as me. And besides, I'm sorry to say this, but knowing your track record with dating, I don't think I'd recommend my brother.
I am great with dating. I've dated so many people. I'm practically an expert, and you know it.
The issue would be that if my brother did fall for you, you'd be trapped for life. And you hate that.
You're not wrong about that.
I mentioned Leviathans. When we seek out a partner, it's for life.
That is true, that is true. See, for a moment, you said you were worried about how much older, and look, the oldest person I ever went on a date with is over 100 years old.
Oh yes, but they're older than you, Della. And you're also a teacher right now, may I add?
And I'm talking about the past, not during the school year.
Yes, well, if my brother went to the school with me as well, and you became a teacher,
Well,
how
I
would
would
that
be.
look?
Well, that would be. Honestly, I'd be trying to convince him to join the faculty instead of ever becoming a student.
Honestly,
Because
if I
I-
did have an older brother, he'd be back home actually taking care of the household. So, you know, if you were
Well, then
comfortable
this
with a
wouldn't
long
have been
distance,
a problem.
could you handle a long distance relationship?
Of course I can.
I'm raising my eyebrow at you.
Right, I need to speak to one of the professors.
Enough about this mythical brother of mine, as nice as it would sound. But this book is truly ridiculous, and I will definitely intend to read more of it at another time.
You really think I'm bad at relationships?
Not bad, just non-committal.
Okay, yes, fair.
I'm sure you
Alright.
can be a great partner to someone, Della. It's just a matter of if that partner's looking for something extremely long-term.
That's a very good point. I'll take it
Hmm.
with a heavy heart.
As your friend, I believe I am allowed to point this out.
You are. You're one of the few people who I did not take that much offense to from that.
I feel honored. Oh, and would I be able to actually... You know what, here. I've been meaning to... No, not that. Not that. Where is it? Della, how much do you charge for clothes in general?
Well, it depends on the outfit.
A hat.
A hat. Well, my typical hats can sell between an emerald block all the way to a stack, depending on, well, you know, whether it's just one of the ones I mass produce or specially designed.
A specially designed one?
For you, it's free. You know it. You're my best friend.
Oh, but I have money to spare.
And I have time to spare. And a best friend that needs appreciation.
Okay, well, at least take one.
Okay, fine.
There you go. I just thought I should have a hat to go with this dress.
Then I'll be sure to prepare the perfect one for you.
I appreciate it greatly, and I'm looking forward to wearing it. Perhaps we should finally go on that picnic outing.
Yes. Honestly, I need a break from everything. So that will be perfect. But alas, school things call. Castiel should be on the way to my office.
Oh my goodness, I am not... There we go. Perhaps leave that group now.
Yes.
Ah, the right way this time. know I was suspecting such things, sea snakes, but it is hard to believe. Especially over someone who saved my life so long ago when they could have just let me perish with the rest of my lineage so I wouldn't be a problem. And I cannot be used. Why are there chickens here again? Oh dear. Appears my tea is sold out. Oh, in that case. Oh, maybe I have already collected the currency? Perhaps I did. Oh. I didn't realize I had more sign-ups. This is wonderful. Perhaps I shall go sign up for the Botany Club right now, actually. Just so I am able to work with Soul Katarina better if we ever do a collaboration. And I am quite interested in other various plants, to see if they would make for good herbal teas. Now the trick is finding where that hallway is. I believe it is this way. It is quite tucked in. I believe it was around here. Is there perhaps a sign-up book somewhere? Ah. Alright, there we are. What's this? Ah, interesting. Florography, rose, flower picking. Looks very interesting. I'll have to come back and read it at some point. Oh, I see. Good space for it as well. What on earth is this? I just realized my buckets are not filled with milk and I should do that. much happy that it is spring. And the good news is that my eyes are normal. I don't know the next time when they will be lighter, but I should be wary. Alright. Let me see. Where are the cows? Are they in the barn now? It does not look like it. Oh dear. Has someone killed all the cows? Or have they been moved? Oh, these are goats. Oh, they still give milk. I suppose that's why they're gone. Though there aren't many pigs or sheep left. The animal population has certainly been culled quite a bit. I might have to point that out soon if it's not raised back up. Perhaps I can do it now. Oh, here we are. Just feed. Well, I suppose. The sheep. Let's get some more sheep. There you are. There you are. And we need carrots for the pigs. Those are the carrots. Those are seeds. Any day now would be nice. Thank you. Ah, here they are. Come here, pigs. Just get the pig population back up. Here you are. I believe a couple more over here still need some. There we go. Perfect. Oh, pardon me, sir. Alright, there we are. That should do it for now. Got all my milk buckets. I still wonder what that is over there. Well, I've certainly had a long day. A very unexpected tea party, for sure. The audacity of that Mistress A. Fable book. Who else decided to pick up that pen and write those absurd things? It is one thing to gossip amongst one's other and spread things amongst the nobility, but to actually put it out in writing for all to read. There are strange rules to high society, and airing out everyone's dirty laundry in a gossip book is just something you really should not do. Unless, of course, you're looking for a target on your back. Even if it is all just baseless hearsay, somebody might get struck by a nerve from it. You're putting yourself at risk doing that. I do hope whoever this person is knows what they're getting into. And honestly, I wish to find out who they are to give them a piece of my... What on earth? Oh, never mind. Give them a piece of my mind. Oh well. Suppose that's thought for another time. I should head back and sort my inventory again. Good thing I checked my mail recently. Well, I guess I have a free item frame. Though I don't have a lot of space to put things. Perhaps putting away the candy would be best so it doesn't spoil. I must have put it somewhere. Oh dear, where did I put it? Nope. Nope. Where did I put those golden roses? I know for a fact I had them. Any day now would be nice. Alright, so where did they go? I am not so blind as to miss golden roses, am I? These were from... in the blindfold. Oh, perhaps... Ah, here we are. There we are. Believe that is about it. Keep an item frame in there. And an extra set of arrows. I honestly don't know why I have that shield when I barely use it. These are extra clothes I should put away. Save this tea invitation. I really should add a library in here. Some extra food in case I get hungry. This I'll have to read later. There we are. That's better. There we are. I like the look of that. I should definitely add more stuff into here, or perhaps get a start on building houses so I can store more stuff, and perhaps find a suitable spot for you, Gummy-goo, since you seem to like the behind my bed so much. Well, it has been a day, and I am dreadfully tired. Nope, wrong side. There we are. So I am now going to sleep. Or at least rest my eyes. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna call it there. Man, why is always the greatest lore always when Levy and Della have talks? They always have fire lore, you guys. Rest well, Miss. Oh, hello, Felina. Welcome. Thank you for the rest well. I hope to play more Final Fantasy soon. It was also, I forgot to say this. I'm glad you're here now. Thank you so much for helping us in that dungeon. I was so tired that night that I forgot to point you out and give you the credit for helping us. I'm so sorry. I went back and rewatched. I noticed there were some comments you made in my chat that I didn't respond to because I literally did not notice them. I was so tired. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I missed those. But since you're here now, thank you so much for helping us last time. Thank you for joining our party and for helping us get through that mess. And for all your Final Fantasy XIV advice. It's been really helpful since I'm new to the game, so it's nice to know all these things. So thank you. And thank you for popping into the stream. It's nice seeing you. But yeah. And for those who are new to my channel or new to this stream, if you guys don't know, I also stream other games besides Minecraft. All good, happy to hear. I've just been streaming, like you've just heard, I've been streaming Final Fantasy XIV recently. I also need to stream Star Rail, like, tomorrow. Because the update, guys, I'm so upset. The special program was yesterday, and I didn't want to watch it because I didn't do part 2 of the story yet. So I didn't want to get spoiled from watching the special program. But also they have redemption codes, which I missed because I fell asleep yesterday and didn't wake up in time to put them in. I'm so upset. And I'm also really far behind. I need to grind Star Rail for a night so that when this update comes out, I need to be on top of this next update. I just need to hop right into this. So Genshin and Star Rail I've been slacking on. My gacha games. Princess overtook my life. It's been a lot, but I need to get into it. I also want to stream other things. Princess takes over your life. Gah! It does it so much. I love it, but my god. I wish I had more time and motivation to stream other things. It's just every time I get home from work, I have either something to do with Princess, or I'm so exhausted I don't want to do anything else. Or I'm obsessed with FF14, which is valid, and I don't mind doing that. But also my poor other games, my babies, I miss them. I hope you guys enjoyed today's lore. And I hope you guys have a nice rest of your night. Go watch the other people. If there's anybody else still live right now, go check them out. I wish I could raid on YouTube. It's possible. I will keep saying this till the end of my days. I've seen people do it. I just don't know how to do it myself, and I'm so upset about it. But yeah, go check out others. Froggy might still be live, so go check out Frogs on Twitch. They're on Twitch. All the links to everybody's channel and Twitch are in the description down below. So do me a favor and go read Frogs for me, guys. I can't do it myself, otherwise I'd redirect you, but just go into Frogs Twitch chat and say, hey, we're from K9 Comrades channel, we're coming to say hi. If you want, that is. That's if you want to, you don't have to, but you know, I'm sending you there. If they're still live, that is. I don't even know if they're still live. Whoever's live, Whoever you know that's live, go ahead, go there. Say I'm from the so and so, and I've come to say hi, and I'm here to join you. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sam, it was nice seeing you in chat during. You were here at the beginning of the stream. Captain Froggy, yes, Captain Froggy, Captain Froggy. Sam, it was good to see you in chat. I hope you enjoyed the Della and Levy interaction. I'm glad it is one of your favorite sea monster besties so far. It is mine as well. I'm so glad Levy has a friend. Girl needs it. In Della, that is. So, me and frogs love their friendship. We also lament things about it. But it's great, don't worry. I'm sure when the season is over, me and frogs will go on a tangent about it all. But yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a fantastic night. And I will see you all next time. Maybe tomorrow, because I am heavily considering getting some actual freaking sleep tonight so I can wake up early and just no live Star Rail tomorrow. We'll see. I'm really hoping I can do that. And I'm not distracted by so many other things. But yes, I'm gonna stop talking now. Enjoy the outro music. Bye-bye!